hazards include ping-pong ball-size hail and 60 miles an hour wind gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Hemmingford, Kilpatrick Lake, Berea, and Lake Alice. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. To report severe weather, contact your nearest law enforcement agency.
Different atmosphere. We'd never been there before. The kids were a little unsure of what to expect, and we came out with the win. Now they have a better idea of what Sterling's about, and I think that'll be to our advantage this year.
This is your first year not on staff. Yourself and Mark Moran stepping down from football duties, along with Coach Benson stepping away as head coach. Thinking back, you talked a little bit about this matchup from a year ago. So what's it been like for you not being at practice every day, not getting ready with the butterflies on a Friday, and now having the opportunity to do this? What's it like not coaching football?
Well, I won't lie. There are moments that I do miss it. You know, I miss hanging out with the coaches, and I miss having fun with the players, working the players, but at this stage in my career, and I'm pretty busy with school. My class load is a little bigger this year. So, yes, there's things I miss, but on the other hand, you know, leaving school at 5:30 and being able to actually have a life after that and not stress over football and everything else. There's some advantages, but still, it's a great game, and you get to work with great people, and that's the part I miss.
I'll tell you, I try and stop by practice at least once or twice a week, and Coach Benson, man, he's still down there grinding with the freshmen.
Oh, he loves it. You can't get him out of football. That's an impossibility. He loves it. He grew up in a football family. You know, it's in his blood. Me, I've enjoyed it. I've coached football, and I've had the opportunity to work with great coaches, so I'll always cherish the moments I had working with these guys.
It's the Platte Valley Company's pregame show tonight here on KNEB. Still to come, we'll hear from both head coaches in tonight's matchup. Scottsbluff's Judd Hall in just a bit, but first up, it'll be Rob Busmente of Sterling when we come back right after this on KNEB.
The 23rd Annual Harvest Festival at Legacy of the Plains is September 21st and 22nd. This year, their featured crop is sugar beets. Starting at 9 a.m. both days, enjoy potato digging, live music, a horse and tractor parade, food vendors, wagon rides, and watch a live demonstration of hand, horse, and machine sugar beet and potato harvest. Large gift shop sale. Legacy's cookbook will be on sale with a bake sale on Saturday and church service on Sunday starting at 9. The 23rd Annual Harvest Festival at Legacy of the Plains is September 21st and 22nd. This ad is sponsored by the Scottsbluff County Area Tourism Bureau.
Fall weather brings new clothing to compliments for you and your home. Start with women's fashion from FDJ, Piccadilly, Charlie B, and many more. We have beautiful and original ladies' fashions that appeal to women of all ages and sizes. And remember to complement your outfit with a bag from Vera Bradley. Finally, get your home ready with decor that brings joy to your life. Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff. At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Remind you, he's in that far
you can take the game with you with a Husker Visa debit card from First National Bank North Platte for free. It's the perfect addition to your jerseys, home, car mats, and your dog Herbie. Visit fnbo.com/Husker. FDIC.
We're back on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show tonight here on KDB ahead of kickoff at Bearcat Stadium with Scottsbluff entertaining the Sterling Tigers coming out of Colorado. Let's get to pregame coach's comments now with Sterling head coach Rob Busmente. And Coach, before we get to this year and your club and your start to the season, man, you guys put a real scare into the Bearcats last year, especially in that first half. How'd you guys come out and put a game plan together to really kind of hang some yards and points on them a year ago?
Well, we just kind of try to focus on some of the things that we do well and kind of what our identity is offensively, and just try to what we felt good about going into the game and see if we could execute those things. And on a couple of those plays in the first half, we were able to do that and get a couple of the matchups that we thought we liked, and just get our kids a chance just to get them the ball and see if they could make plays, and just some of it was just going back to what we're most comfortable with, and trying to do the things that our kids know, and hopefully they play with confidence and play fast. And they were able to capitalize a couple times last year. Yeah, you really showed some nice skill kids in that matchup last year. So fast forward here to the 2019 season, and you guys are off to a 3-0 start. Tell us a little bit about the teams you've played, the schedule, and the type of competition, and how excited you are about the way you've started. We've played some good football teams these first 3 games, and it's the same slate that we played last year. So it's teams we're familiar with, and some teams that had some pretty good size and some pretty good athletes at the skill positions, and just were able to maintain the scores. Kept it close for all 4 quarters in those first 2, and then we were able
last
to
week I saw
pull one out in overtime, and then
at the game.
We won 7-0, scored late against the second opponent, Eaton there. So we've just been able to do the things we've had to do throughout the game, and then able to make plays at the end to put us on the winning side. But we played some solid teams there, and we were opportunistic. The other team, we were able to take the ball away a few times, and then kind of take advantage of those situations. So it was a pretty tough sled for us, and fortunately we came out on top, and we were able to make the plays we had to in order to do that. In talking with Coach Hall over at Scottsbluff a couple of days ago, he thinks this year's team might be better than the team you had last year. Would you agree with that? In some ways maybe. Each team, it's kind of each team takes a new kind of personality and identity from year to year, and we just this season have been able to kind of mostly just kind of capitalize on opportunities that were there for us. So in a lot of ways, maybe our record obviously was better than where we were a year ago, but each team is just kind of different this year, and this year we've been able to take advantage of the opportunities that have been in front of us. But you say exactly that. Teams are different from year to year. What are you seeing, if anything, that's different from Scottsbluff on film from one year to the next? I know they got some of the same guys back, as far as the guys we saw last year, and they did lose, some of them, but they still look big, they still look fast, and well coached, and do what they do really well on in all 3 phases. So it's definitely going to be a challenge, for us, but then we're going to have to, make sure that we're on point as well, because just, watching them on film with some of their opponents, the things they do, they're really good at, and so that's going to force us to be on point. Obviously, the power running game front and center when you have to handle Scottsbluff, it's just plug and play. They lose Chris Busby, they put in Jacob Krull, and of course Sebastian Harsh at the helm. So how in the heck do you put a game plan together? Northwest did a pretty solid job last week, but how do you go about slowing down a running attack like this? Well, you got to try to emphasize eye discipline with your players, making sure that they're reading the proper keys, and then just trying to be gap sounds on the other side, and making sure that we can put guys in gaps, and hopefully force the ball to go side to side and not straight at you. And it's difficult sometimes because you can't always simulate the speed and the efficiency that the other team runs it with. So you got to try as hard as you can in practice just to stress it to your kids to be gap sound, to be disciplined with their eyes, and make the proper reads and get aligned properly, and that's just the challenge that they face. And we're definitely going to be a big one for us on Friday night.
And we'll get you out of here on this one, wrapping up with Ron Busmente, the head football coach for the Sterling High Tigers. Coach, one thing you guys, what can fans expect from you guys on the offensive side of the football?
Trying to kind of mix and match, and this season kind of getting a feel for how much we want to how much we want to run the ball, throw the ball. You generally like to be that kind of that two-headed monster, so you'll get us a mixture of the run and the pass, and then just trying to find the things that we feel give us the best chance to be successful and execute the game plan. But mixing the run, mixing the pass, and be about as multiple as we can against a tough opponent.
There you have it, Ron Busmente, the head coach for Sterling. Coach, back-to-back years for this matchup. We're looking forward to it after last year's good ball game. So have a safe trip over. Best of luck in this one, and we'll talk to you down the line.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
We'll come back with more on KNEB right after this.
Yahoo! Racist.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Next Gen Outfitters, where the adventure begins and the tradition continues. When it comes to an online retailer, this is the new standard in authentic hunt, camp, and shoot. Born from over a century of outdoor experience, your online retailer, Next Gen Outfitters.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leaf Heads.
Back on the pregame show here tonight, brought to you by Flat Valley Companies on KNEB ahead of high school football. Back at Bearcat Stadium for the first time since opening night for Scottsbluff hosting the Sterling Tigers. Time to visit with Scottsbluff head coach Judd Hall. Pregame coaches comments brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing. See Shane Wilson, his staff, and they do a great job, and they'll help you be in the zone all season long. Coach, back-to-back long road trips, back-to-back top 10 matchups against really quality opponents, and boy, this last Friday night was just an old-fashioned slugfest against Northwest. You guys handled the trip, you handled a really good game plan from the Vikings, and you're able to survive 18-13 the final after a few days to think about it. What are your overall thoughts on the game?
Proud of our kids being able to handle that bus trip back-to-back, and then really proud of our defense, the way they if you break down and you start looking at stats, we limited that offense to, I think, 185 yards of total offense, and that's pretty impressive when you can hold a team that can throw it, run it, and as fast as they were. I was really pleased with the way our defense played and the way they stepped up and kept us in the game.
Talked a lot about the offense and the new offensive package on the post-game show, but I was going to start with defense tonight, so let's dive in on these guys. Led, of course, by defensive coordinator Jake McClain. What makes Coach McClain so good at his job and allowing everyone on the defensive side of the football to play their best?
I think Coach McClain has a great understanding of what teams like to do in certain formations and what they like to do in certain down and distances. So we've had a couple of special packages in for specifically to try and stop Grand Island Northwest the last 3 or 4 years based on their defense, and then we just use them against everybody else. But Coach kind of designed these special packages for Grand Island Northwest, and our kids understand the scheme. They understand what we're trying to accomplish in those packages, in those personnel groupings, and then they just go out and execute. So I think Coach McLean just puts our guys in the best positions to make the plays, and then our kids go out and perform.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm guessing defensive line, linebacker groupings continue to look pretty solid and grade out pretty well. Secondary, where are those guys at? We talked about week 1, heavy rush attack. We talked about week 2, heavy pass attack. Week 3, we're going to see a little bit of everything. Couple of balls got behind some cornerbacks, but overall, where would you say that secondary group is now 3 weeks into the year?
Getting better every week. They're getting better every week. I know we gave up a couple of big passes, and I think that was because we continue to talk about our eyes being right, and our eyes kind of deceived us again on Friday night, taking some peeks in the backfield when we should be tracing the hip of our receivers. So I think we just got to continue to work on that, but I definitely say our defensive backs are improving. You know, we had safeties last week against Grand Island Northwest to read the run really well, come downhill, and make tackles for a 1-yard gain. So that's something that we were not doing week 1 against North Platte, against that rush game. But we had safeties that were making tackles at 10 yards in positive territory. So I think we're getting a better effort, better understanding of our lane and our alley assignments from our safeties, and then just overall we're getting better at that position.
One from Brett Hill stands out to me in my mind right now near midfield. I can't remember which direction, but a lot of that just comes from game reps and being more confident in what your eyes are reading and telling you what to do.
It's understanding the speed of the game, because the speed of the game increases from the freshman to JV level, and then it increases again from the JV level to the varsity level. And so now these guys, all 4 of those guys that are playing big minutes back there, are just three games into understanding that speed. So I think they're only going to continue to get better and know where they need to be and what type of angles they need to take on those plays to figure out the speed at that varsity level.
We'll come back with more with Judd Hall and dive into the Sterling Tigers when we come back on the Platte Valley Company show, pregame show, right after this on KNEB.
Pinker Bank is ruled in our rule.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Kerr Heilbrunn and find out how you can start saving today. It's just another way. We're here to help life go right.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
On average, a resident of Scottsbluff uses up to 100 gallons of water a day to live, and in July, that number triples, greatly due to landscape watering. To help conserve water, use sustainable landscaping, native plants and grasses that are already adapted to the region's ecosystem and climate. They use less water, fewer chemicals, and less maintenance, which means more time to enjoy a beautiful landscape. So do your part by using sustainable landscaping in your yard, because it's our water, our responsibility.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Platte Valley Company's pregame show continues here on KNEB, visiting with Judd Hall, head coach for Scottsbluff. Time to talk about tonight's opponent, the Sterling Tigers. Kids had forgotten. All you have to do is pop on the film of the first half from last year to let you know you better have things buckled in, chin strap on, and game plan covered, because they came out schematically, threw some big balls on you, and the next thing you know, you guys were in a dogfight early last year.
Absolutely. They're another quality team this year. A lot of returning players that played in that game last year. So we're going to definitely have to be ready to play. We cannot take this team lightly, and I do believe that they're a better football team this year than they were last year. So we have to, like you said, be disciplined in our game plans, and then be ready to execute on Friday.
Better than last year. That's saying something. So you're a Colorado guy originally. Tell me about the schedule they've played so far and what that tells you about their team.
Well, they've beaten two private schools. One private school kind of in the Loveland, Windsor, West Greeley area, and then they beat a traditional power in Eden, Colorado, that's always in the playoffs every year in 2A football, and then they just got done beating another private school in the Colorado Springs area. So quality teams that they've found a way to beat so far this year, and they've won two defensive games where they've won 7-0, and then I think 13-6, 13-7 might have been the other one, and then they just won in an offensive explosion. They beat the team from Colorado Springs like 48-17 this last week. So a team that can win a low-scoring game, and then a team that can put up big points. So we have to be prepared, that's for sure.
Even against your outstanding defensive unit a year ago with all the big names, they showed no hesitation to get their quarterback out in space and let him not just throw the football, but throw it and try to pick up a bunch of chunk plays.
Absolutely, and they're doing a little bit more zone read run game with him this year, and he's just as a dynamic runner as he is a passer. So we've got our hands full, and it just goes back to being disciplined in the game plan and understanding what we're trying to accomplish in certain situations to make it difficult for them.
Who comes out of the Northwest game as far as the coaches' selections for captains this week?
This week our special teams captain is Brett Hill, the guy that's been really solid in making tackles on special teams, but more importantly, a guy that we put back there, the one guy back on punt return. He's able to field a couple of grounders or rolling punts this week, and then catch a couple other ones that save us field position. And in a game like that, you have to have field position, because against a good defense, it's extremely hard to go to that full 80 yards if that ball gets by him. And then our coach's pick this week is Jack Darnell, again, the kid that played, I think, every snap on offense, every snap on defense.
And these jerseys are wearing not conducive to read numbers.
There's no other a better word to describe Jack and the way he plays. He's just solid, doesn't make any mistakes, and is a guy that we can lean on and trust to make those plays.
Wrapping up with Judd Hall, key to the game brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of that lifetime warranty, and you get that with every vehicle purchase at Team Auto. So tough team from out of state coming in. What's it take to get a W?
I think we have to not turn the ball over. I don't think we can give this offense extra possessions. They're that good. We have to control the ball when we have it, and then not turn it over and give it back to them. So I think that's going to be a huge key to the game this week.
There you have it from Scottsbluff head football coach Judd Hall. As always, Coach, appreciate the time on KNEB, and best of luck in this one.
Thank you very much, Chris.
And we'll come back with more kickoff approaching right after this on KNEB.
This is Adam Flowers, senior at...
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
You can depend on us and all of the affiliates of the Rural Radio Network to give you up-to-the-second coverage on issues related to agriculture. On the air, online, and on your phone. We're advocates for agriculture, along with being broadcast journalists covering the stories and events encompassing the challenges of feeding America and the world in the 21st century. And we're proud to do it for you. The stations of the Rural Radio Network.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
KNEB.TV tonight, also radio on 101.7 The Trail. Chris Cottrell with Todd Mangini in for Mike Holly this Friday night. Kickoff here at Bearcat Stadium's been pushed up an hour. We're just about set here to go here at 6 o'clock. Right now, 78 degrees here at the stadium for a fourth Friday night of the season. Second week here, first time at home since week one when they got off to a good start with a win over North Platte. We'll take one final timeout, wrap things up here on the pregame show, come back, set starting lineups, and get opening kick for you right after this on KNEB.
Here at Allo, we choose.
These aren't your average squirt some sauce on them and call them barbecue sandwiches. The bacon is hand sprinkled with brown sugar, and the sauce is made with Kentucky bourbon aged in charred oak barrels, and the meats are perfectly smoked.
Oh no! Arby's, we have the meats.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition, convenient stores in your neighborhood, friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viero Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
Back on KNEB tonight as we get set for opening kickoff here at Bearcat Stadium. Coach Mangini, as they say, the hay's in the barn. It's time to play a little football.
Yeah, let's get after it. Got a little bit of a north wind. Got those clouds hanging out to the north. Let's get this game over with.
There you go. The edict has been handed down from up top. We're just about ready. Scottsbluff will be in the all-red uniforms tonight. Sharp look for the homestanding Bearcats. Sterling will receive the football. We will get you that defensive set for Scottsbluff coming up here in just a few moments. Sebastian Harsh so far on the coach, he can do it all. The guy's got 11 touchbacks on the season already.
Well, with this wind behind him, he should be able to put it in the end zone. And that's a huge key. You work on kickoff so much in practice because that's a game changer right there. And if he can pin him, keep him starting out to 20 every time, that's a bonus for the Bearcats.
Harsh has it teed up. Cats in all red. Sterling's got the gray away game pants, white tops, and the whistle blows, and we are set for opening kickoff, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. Coach hit it right, the nail on the head, into the end zone about 7-8 yards deep, and Harsh picks up another touchback for this Bearcat football team. Defense takes the field first up front. Nick Mogg had a monster game last week, ranking up the tackles. 6'5", 220, a junior. Trayton Travnicek in the middle, 6', 270, a senior. Terrence Mokiak along that defensive line, another senior at 235. Linebacking core, 4 seniors. Darnell, Rohr, Dyke, and Harsh. Will call their names quite often tonight. Shotgun set. We'll get to the secondary in a moment. Sterling football, 1st and 10. Between the hash marks, they will fake the handoff, and Brock Shala, their quarterback, keeps it across the 20 for a short gain of 2 yards on the play. Starting lineups brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me. Learn more at wncc.edu. Sterling hustles to the line of scrimmage as they want to pick the tempo up here early. Shala's got 2 receivers to each side. And a single back in the backfield, Connor Polans, a 5'9", 155-pound senior. Shala, senior, at 6 foot, 170 pounds. Claps his hands, and he will fire over the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended target, Jackson McCracken. Brett Hill, the nearest defender, and that'll set up a 3rd down and 8. So already they've got him in a pretty much a go-to passing situation here, and you give Coach McLean an opportunity where he knows what kind of offense might be coming his way, and he's trouble, isn't he, Coach?
Well, the first play was great because everybody did their assignments, and if you play assignment defense against this team, you'll find a lot of success.
Bit windy here in Scottsbluff. An early kickoff at 6 o'clock. 3rd and 8, we're 40 seconds in. Shala in the shotgun. 2 receivers left and right. Straight drop. He will fire and fire high. Incomplete out around the 40-yard line. Alex Galindo defending on the nearest receiver on the far sideline. So a quick 3 and out, the perfect recipe for this Bearcat football team. This defense gets 3 and outs. It's going to be tough on an opponent with this power rushing attack. We're about to see Scottsbluff get the football in what would appear a really good field position. Wind in the face of Sterling as they get set to punt it away. 11:15 to go in the ball game. Their punter is Jackson Kyle. Outstanding young basketball player. He's a sophomore. Now they're going to throw it. Pass is caught. And that'll be good for a 1st down. Sebastian Harsh on the tackle. So they throw it with Kyle. Pass complete on the catch. It's Peyton Rose out across the 30 to the 34-yard line. A gain of 12 and a little trickery. When you're the underdog on the road, you pull out all the stops.
Well, we needed to make sure we were kind of letting him off easy. He needed to be blocked. If he gets blocked, that pass doesn't work.
Shala right back to the shotgun set. We'll see that all night long from this Sterling Tiger football team. They fake the run on the fly sweep. Shala, the quarterback, keeps it straight ahead. Little to no gain. No gain for the quarterback. Harsh up, Roar in on the stop there as well.
Harsh comes from the outside. Quarterback tries to come back the other way and just annihilates him down the line of scrimmage.
We say it all the time up here. Just simply put, one of the best football players in the state, Sebastian Harsh. Shala, 2nd down. They gave him 1, so 2nd and 9. Shala's going to look to the sideline. They'll reset the play call. Line set, Shala in the shotgun. Ball between the hash marks. We're scoreless early on. Straight drop. He's going to go deep. He's got a receiver near side. Pass is incomplete. Stride for stride. Alex Galindo defending. Able to get up against a bigger receiver and get his hand up into the mix. Not sure if he knocked it away, but he surely made a difference.
It was a great play by Alex. He's got right in his hip pocket. He ran right stride for stride with the ball, went up. He turned, found the ball, knocked it out of their hands. It's a great move.
Tucker Myers, the intended receiver, he goes 6'3", 185, so clearly trying to take advantage of a 5'7" defensive back, and Galindo up to the challenge on that first attempt. Pressure from the outside. Shala, another home run ball near sideline. Pass caught but out of bounds and incomplete out around the 35-yard line of Scottsbluff. You can say this about Sterling. They're not afraid to take their shots.
They were that way last year as well. We got some unfortunate problems with some pass interference calls, but so far everybody's playing good technique and clean game, and that's all to our advantage.
2 minutes in, scoreless, so the fake punt for a 1st down on the pass. 3 plays later, now they're really set up in punt formation. Kyle, this time, boy, that got caught up in the wind, barely gets across midfield, and down there by Sterling at around the 48 or 49-yard line. So Bearcat defense does its job, and wouldn't call it a short field, but just about into plus territory here. And this offense is pretty high-powered right now through 3 games, averaging 364 yards rushing. Passing stats came down a bit last week, threw for -1 yards at 65 yards per game, but scoring at 36 a game, and that'll do the job just about every Friday night. Sebastian Harsh, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Initial handoff of the game goes to Josiah Diola, shows some burst as he tries to bounce outside. Stayed wide, stays on his feet, still on his feet, down the far sideline. Where will they mark him out? Looks like the 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7. for Josiah Diolis on the first carry of the night for Scottsbluff. Up front, Sam Clarkson, Terrence Mokiak, Tyler Smith, Creighton Dyke, and Joe McLeod, a veteran bunch that has drawn a lot of praise from this coaching staff early this season. The tight ends, Jack Darnell and Trevor Schwartz. Caleb Walker, a halfback. You see Diolis. We'll see Jacob Kroll, the senior. And, of course, Sebastian Harsh at the controls. Man in motion, that is Kroll. They give it to Jacob, the senior, hard running, breaks a couple of tackles, sprints through 2 defenders and takes it down to the 26-yard line. That'll be a gain of 19 for Jacob Kroll. In the second half last week, he had a lot of really tough runs. You think of him as a home run hitter, but some of his 4, 5, 6, 7-yard runs last week in the second half were just tough runs from Kroll.
He just keeps breaking tackles. Guys can't grab him. You got to put him down. He's too strong to just grab.
9:20, clock runs, same motion. This time they fake the handoff. It's Harsh on the keep. Harsh took about 2-3 defenders as he falls forward inside the 15. They'll mark him at the 13 yards on the carry for Sebastian Harsh. 6'3", 225. Last week he had more rush attempts last week than he had combined in the first 2 games. On the year, Harsh has rushed for 482. Kroll up at 513 yards. That duo just shy of 1,000 through 3. Kroll to the left of Harsh. Snap and the handoff. Kroll inside the 10 down to around the 7. That'll be a gain of 6 for Jacob Kroll. Clock now at about 8 minutes and 35 seconds and running. We talk about Harsh or Kroll, coach, but it's those big boys up front that pave the way, and they just never, no matter how much we do talk about them, it never seems like it's enough.
Yeah, you have some large guys in front of them, and then you put Creighton Dyke, who's been playing for 3 years. That's a lot of experience.
Kroll, touchdown. 7-yard run on second down and 4, and the Bearcats make quick work of this opening drive. They go 52 yards, and with 8:13 to play in the opening quarter, Kroll converts on the 7-yard run. And Caleb Walker, he's going to want to get back on track here with the PATs. He's 11 for 14 on the year, but the 3 misses have come in the last 2 weeks. This one is up and good. 8:13 to play in the opening quarter. Scottsbluff leads Sterling right now 7-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Poplar.
With warmer weather comes warmer vehicles. Let the professionals at High Tech Automotive help you with your automotive checking, maintenance, and repair so the heat doesn't beat your vehicle. Take your vehicle to High Tech Auto Service between Baumgart's and Frank Parts, 632-2731.
On KDB as Sebastian Harsh blasts another one into the end zone. 2 quick touchbacks already on the night. Coach Mangini, what did you see on that touchdown run?
Well, you look at Darnell and Clarkson on the left-hand side of the line. They absolutely crushed everybody to the inside. Josiah kicked the outside man out, and the 2 pulling guys come around. They didn't have to touch anybody. There was nobody there, and Kroll just walked into the end zone. Its technique is amazing. Coach Deaver does a great job with those guys. It's fun to watch good technical football.
One thing for the back to be untouched, it's another for the 2 pulling guys to have to touch nobody. Brock Schaller, the quarterback, in the shotgun. 7-0 lead for the Bearcats here with 8:13 to play. Second drive of the night. Cat shows some heat. Schaller, little option pitch out to the right. Polans, he's got first down yardage out across the 30. They'll mark him at the 33-yard line, so Hey, look, that's a danger zone if you're going to run option to the side of the field where Sebastian Harsh normally lines up. But right this moment, he's not on the field, so they take advantage of it, go that direction. The pitch to Polans for a first down.
Kind of slow played it a little bit. We make that attack, it'll work out just fine.
Darnell outside backer on the left side, Diolis on the right. Inside right now, Hegem and Rohr. And that is Evan Hegem shooting a gap and dropping Brock Schaller behind the line of scrimmage at the 32-yard line. That'll be a loss of 2. Hegem is a big dude, and he shot through there in a hurry. Gets a tackle behind the line.
Great blitz call right there by Coach Hall.
7 minutes and 27 seconds to play. Ball inside the left hash. Diolis showing pressure off the right. And again, Sterling's going to check the sideline, reassess the defense, and see if they want to make a change on this play call. Shala sends a man in motion. Shotgun snap. They will throw deep. Got a man open, and the pass just kind of floated up in the air a little bit, throwing into the wind. Too far inside, tried to get it to Tucker Myers. Had the defender beat by a step, but incomplete, and it brings up now 3rd down and long. We got a flag back in the backfield.
Holding penalty.
It's going to go against Sterling, and a easy call for Scottsbluff as they'll decline. It'll set up 3rd down and a long 12.
Yeah, you try to block Josiah Diallo's coming off the edge, and he takes an inside route. Good luck trying not to hold him.
He's lost about 20 pounds, Coach. He's in really good shape this year.
And he looks stronger.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Snap to Shala. Couple of step drops straight back. Ball's up in the air, and did he hold on? If Tucker Myers caught it, that is an acrobatic catch as they continue to just try and throw over the top of this secondary. Line of scrimmage was the 32. Give them 18 to midfield and about another 14, a pickup of 32, and that'll move the chains for Sterling now at the Scottsbluff 36-yard line. He throws a pretty ball, does Shalhoub, quickly at the line of scrimmage. Scottsbluff was showing blitz up the middle, and now we've got another flag dropped in the Sterling backfield in a false start. And that'll cost Sterling 5. So what is the adjustment to just a team throwing the home run ball like that?
Well, to do that, corners will back off a little bit, give them the short pass and not give up that deep ball. But safeties have to move over, get across the top and try to take it away. It was just a great pass, great catch. You can't take it away from Sterling.
Yeah. Really 2-3 defenders near the ball as it got near Myers, and at 6'3", 185, he just used his big body to make the play. Here they go again. Deep down the middle. Intended target that time, Peyton Rose, the 6-foot receiver down the seam, incomplete. And that'll set up 2nd down now and 15. We've seen as many shots here early in the first quarter against this Bearcat secondary as we've seen almost the entire first 3 games combined. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 2nd down and 15, 6:14 to play in the first quarter. Hegem showing blitz. He comes from the middle. Shala, little inside screen. That's Myers on the catch. Sidesteps 1 defender. Diolis, checked out. Harsh arrives. Coming across the field from the left side, meets Myers and drops him. All of that, just a short gain of maybe 2, and that'll set up 3rd down and 13. Jake McClain calling the signals defensively down around the 30. 3rd and long now for Sterling. 5:42 to play. Ball inside the right hash. Scottsbluff leads 7-0. Shala again will relax everybody. They'll check the sideline. 2 receivers left. Myers. His lonesome out to the right. Slant route and pass incomplete. James Bruner on the coverage. The receiver that time, Brock Burkholder, immediately looking for a flag. None coming. And that'll make it 4th down and 13.
Scottsbluff dropped into a zone that play. Watch Bruner cut across a little bit with him. Guy was kind of begging for a flag, but ball was thrown too far in front of him and over his head.
Inside the right hash, 4th down. Sterling in a spot on the field where they're just going to go ahead and go for it. Receiver from the left motions into the backfield. Now,
oh, get it, go.
So Brett Hill, I think he just kind of
surprised him.
Didn't know what he wanted to do.
Man, if he picked it up and run this side, there was nobody over here.
So Scottsbluff will now be backed up. Got to hand it to Sterling. They have got the formations, the different looks, and they will go for broke. Fun offense to watch, even in the punt game, getting a little tricky.
Well, we've had a fake punt, and we've had a fake play turn into a punt. So it's a little bit of everything.
And now the Scottsbluff offense. We'll see what they want to come out and do here. 1st and 10. Backed up inside their own 10-yard line. They've got it at the 7. They will motion the formation to the left. Caleb Walker, halfback that side. They want Harsh to throw it. Got a receiver deep, and he was going to go the short route to Trevor Schwartz. And that ball is incomplete. First pass attempt of the night for Sebastian Harsh. Scottsbluff scored on a Jacob Krull 7-yard touchdown run at the 8:13 mark here of this opening quarter. 5:11 to play. First quarter action from Bearcat Stadium. Chris Cottrell with Todd Mangini tonight. Shotgun snap to Harsh. They will run him straight ahead. Breaks one tackle. Fights off another out to around the 15. He'll be tackled shy of a first down by about a yard or so. A 9-yard run on 2nd and 10 for Sebastian Harsh.
He's just a large individual carrying the ball, and those guys, it takes 2 or 3 of them to drag him down. He's the size basically of some of their linemen, and it's a great advantage for the Bearcats. You know, he has to be able to hit the ball because he does tend to reach it out and lose it now and then.
Picks up 9, sets up a 3rd and 1 situation. They will hand it to Jacob Krull. Krull, they'll be shy of the 20, but they'll have enough to move the chains. They run off right tackle that time. Krull picks up a couple on the year, averaging 8.8 yards per carry, and Sebastian averaging 9.4. A credit to that offensive line and just the individual talents of both those seniors. First down and 10, ball right hash mark. Coming up on 4 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Luke Rohr, single receiver out here to the right. That tight offset fullback is Diolis. Play action. Harsh under pressure. Harsh stays on his feet. Harsh still up. Now he's down. Sacked. That's a rarity. Back at around the 15-yard line. That'd be a loss of 5. And Diolis slow to get up at the 16. Athletic trainer James Buck out quickly to check on Josiah Diolis. Let's just say he's crouched in that certain position.
Trying to get a little air back in him.
.349, officials timeout.
Yeah, Harsh dropped back, and good job by the Sterling Tigers. They brought some pressure in, brought a linebacker in. Good call on their defense.
Up front, Brady Albrandt, 6'3", 195. Cade Nelson, 5'8", 195. Keaton Kanab, 6'3", 205. Linebacking core has 3 seniors and a junior. Busmente, McCracken, Dylan Zwern, and Drew Book. And they'll play 2 deep safeties, Jackson Kyle and Brock Burkholder, and Tucker Myers and Connor Pollins, 2 of their skill kids on the offensive side, man the corner positions. They fake the handoff to Krull. It's Harsh lowering his shoulders and falling forward across the 15. A short gain on the carry. A 1-yard pickup. And we're down to 3 minutes and 12 seconds to play. And now a 3rd down and 13. Don't see the Cats behind the chains all that often without penalties involved, but here they are with 3rd and 13. Ball between the hash marks. Double tight end, set wing right, that's Walker. Hegem in replacing Diolas, who's still down on one knee on the sideline. Play action, Harsh delivers a rifle shot to the 31, and then Jack Darnell runs it out to the 39-yard line, a gain of 23. And the coverage was there, Coach. He just zipped it in there between everybody.
He just smoked it on a line. That thing didn't get any higher than about 7 feet. It was on fire when it got there.
So credit Darnell, able to hold on to the football. First completion of the night for Harsh goes to Jack Darnell. Picks up 23. Cats move the chains. It's 1st and 10. They're going to hand it to Jake Krull. Krull, there's that tough style run we saw a lot of in the second half last week. Takes it to the 45-yard line, a pickup of 5. It'll set up 2nd down and 5. Now 2 minutes to play. We'll be under 2 minutes by the time we snap the football here on 2nd down for the Cats. They approach midfield. Double tight end set. Walker, wing right. They're going to throw it. Harsh steps up, still looks. Waited an extra tick to release the football down the near sideline and complete to Caleb Walker, but we do have a flag down at around the Sterling 40. I wonder if this could be, it looks like, in the area of pass interference. We'll see.
Defensive holding.
Holding against Sterling. I know that pass was incomplete, but Sebastian held on to it to let Walker get behind the defender. Really looked like a pretty smart play by Sebastian on that pass attempt.
It was. He's looking down the middle of the field, and he's just off a little bit. Give him an extra second. He sees him wide open and throws it deep. Maybe get the score.
So on the penalty, line of scrimmage now, the Sterling 45, 1st and 10 for Scottsbluff. 1:43 to play in this opening quarter. They lead 7-0. Hand off to Jake Krull. He is met. After a minimal, if anything, type carry. Flag down as well, and we've got holding. This will go against Scottsbluff. Sam Clarkson, one of the starting offensive linemen, the big left tackle, getting checked on by James Buck along the near sideline on the bench area.
Yeah, Sam didn't look real thrilled when he came off the sideline there.
So 10-yard mark off against the Cats, and that'll set up 1st and 20. Really tough at, depending on the angle, to even read the numbers on the jerseys for this Sterling Tiger team tonight. Just this jersey number color combination.
Not a lot of contrast to that.
Cats 1st and 20. Harsh takes the snap. Handoff comes to Krull. Runs near side. Gets the corner turned and tried to plant that right foot and cut it back towards the middle, but kind of went out from underneath him, slipped out of bounds across midfield. So on 1st and 20, Krull picks up 8, and it'll be 2nd down now and 12. You've seen them all, Coach. It's amazing the lineage for the tailbacks here. The number one backs is just one after the other.
Yeah, it was really tough getting to coach guys like Ty Benson, Max Mason, Chris Busby. Yeah, that was a really tough job.
This time Caleb Walker on the wingback handoff. Caleb bulked up to 190 in the offseason. And on 2nd and 12, he picks up 13 across the Sterling 35 to the 34. And he's a kid that's really just stuck with it, improved year by year, counted on in the kicking game, but now he's a 2-way player and 3-way player when you count special teams.
Yeah, he's come a long ways. You know, last year he showed some glimmer. You know, we put him in, take Krull out, let him play that 4-back. He made some plays. He's tough, doesn't mind getting a little contact. He has a pretty good attitude about playing football.
Just barely over a minute still to play in the first quarter. Scottsbluff going to go back to the air. Harsh steps up, bullet shot, got Trevor Schwartz caught at the 2. Trevor Schwartz walks into the end zone. A 34-yard strike and the first varsity touchdown of Trevor Schwartz's career on another bullet from Sebastian Harsh, 34 yards with 55 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Harsh to Schwartz, covering 34, and it's 13-0. Caleb Walker on, and the PAT is good. 55 seconds to play in the first quarter. Scottsbluff goes in front of Sterling, 14-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
We take pride
in life. Some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Kara Heilbrunn and find out how you can start saving today. It's just another way. We're here to help life go right.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
14-0 Scottsbluff. Harsh gets this one about a yard deep into the end zone, so another touchback. Coach Trevor Schwartz able to hold on to that one inside the 5, carries it across the goal line, and you were just raving about him, saying he's going to be a really good one here.
Yeah, he's got the build to play football. He has a lot of natural talent as far as finding the ball. Great hands. That ball was on a line again. He got a step behind the guy. Sebastian just buried it right in his hands, and he ran 7 yards in the end zone. Great play. 97-yard scoring drive, and as you mentioned, on break, they overcome a holding penalty and a sack to still go 97 and find pay dirt. Just under a minute to play. Handoff goes to Polans, and there's another rock on this defense, even when he loses his helmet. That's Luke Rohr. Football playing family here at Scottsbluff, and Luke's just a tough cookie in the inside there. He just has the linebacker attitude. He just comes on, he fills a gap, fills a hole, and he loves to hit people. He just has the right attitude for it.
So a quick timeout. We're going to keep it right here for now. Scottsbluff with the lead, 14-0. Chris Cottrell, Todd Mangini, glad to have you along tonight on KDB.TV and 101.7 The Trail. Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit offers regularly scheduled accessible bus service serving communities in the Panhandle Monday through Friday. Reservations are required. Visit panhandletrails.com or call 761-TRIP. That's 761-TRIP. Coach, unlike last year, Scottsbluff came to play from the opening kick here tonight.
Boy, there's no doubt. Just watching the line, they're moving guys out of the way. You know, we're being able to throw the ball a little bit better. It's just going to be a matter of time to see who's going to step up and really control this game. Up 14-0 now, but nobody's ever free of a lead change.
48 seconds to play after the Harsh touchback. His third already tonight. They're going to roll Shaw on a sprint out right. A bullet pass along their sideline. Galindo defending. The intended receiver over there was Brock Burkholder. And it'll set up second down and 10.
Third down.
Oh, yeah, third down and 10. They ran that opening play where Rohr dropped the ball carrier for a loss behind the line.
Well,
so 3rd and 13.
Bearcat advantage. They continue to throw the ball, stop the clock. It gives the Bearcats more time to get the ball back. That could be dangerous for Sterling.
Man in motion from left to right. Shala brings another player in motion. That's Jackson Kyle in the tight end. Gets up out of his stance, and that's a false start. So from 3rd and 13 to 3rd and 18. Alex Galindo, coach, really looks the part of a cornerback. He's got the towel out the back of the game pants, the gloves, but at practice really dialed in, it seems like, and playing his first bit of varsity football this year in key situations, he's got a chance to be a good one.
Oh, he will be. Part of that is, coming through the JV system, sophomore system. He got a lot of experience. He's a player.
And they throw that direction high for Tucker Myers, who's also a player. Ball incomplete on 3rd and long, and this will set up 4th and 18. At this point, this game could not have started any better for the Bearcats.
Well, we're looking, he's going to punt the ball into this wind. We're looking to get the ball probably on their side of the field. Another big advantage with 39 seconds left. That could be a bonus for the Bearcats.
Jackson Kyle, end over end punt. Takes a bit of a sterling roll, but again, backed up that deep and punting from his own end zone. It only gets across the 35, so Scottsbluff will have it at the Sterling 37, already with a 2-score lead coming off a 97-yard touchdown drive. And they went to the air a lot on that drive, really trying to mix things up here early on tonight.
We got a little bit of a breeze now. It's not blowing as hard, but in this spread out package, there's some guys who can catch a ball.
Darnell, slot right. Walker wide that side. Cruel left, also Roar. Over the middle. Good decision by Harsh. Nice connection with Caleb Walker. Stays on his feet. He's got a first down inside the 25. Tackled at the 23. Harsh connects with Caleb Walker for a 14-yard pass completion. Clearly not the intended receiver or the first read, but he checked down, went to the short route, and then Caleb did most of the work.
Yeah, it's one of those, yards after catch. He made about 12 of them.
Picks up 14. Now right to the power run game with Harsh. Dips outside on his feet. 5, 3, 2, 1. And across the goal line, Sebastian Harsh makes it 20-0. On a 23-yard touchdown run on the final play of the first quarter. Krul has scored a 7-yard touchdown. Harsh hit Schwartz for 34 yards, and now Harsh does it himself. A 23-yard touchdown run, his 10th rushing TD of the year. And he's up to 14 combined touchdowns, rushing and passing. Caleb Walker with the kicking game back on track. 3 for 3 on the PATs. 21-0 Scottsbluff as we have reached the end of the first quarter on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver and a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today. Plus, all United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flight. Finally, while visiting Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Back on KDB, a Friday night of high school. Also on 101.7 The Trail. We get set for the start of the second quarter, coming off a Scottsbluff touchdown drive, 3 possessions and 3 scores tonight. Short kick, ball is dropped, picked up, and a host of Bearcat kick coverage guys down to make the stop. Sterling will have it. That looks like their own 28-yard line.
Wasn't one of Sebastian's better kicks, but sure was effective. Guys got down the field, covered up the kick. Guy bobbled it. Can't go wrong. Give him the ball in the 23. Nothing wrong with that.
Not quite 80, but making a opposing unit go 77. Always tough on an offense. Handoff to Polans. Polans is stopped. First man to arrive defensively was, I think, Creighton Dyke. No, that is Chance Simons, the 6'1 sophomore, and Coach Hall told me early on picture day during two-a-days, this kid's going to be a good one.
Well, he could be an interesting player. He's going to grow into it a little bit more, but he's going to be a definite part of this game.
Shala will check the far side for the offensive signal. 21-0 Scottsbluff. Ball between the hash marks. 2nd down and 10 on the stop by Chance Simons moments ago. Snap to Shala. Play action.
Ball.
In and out of the hands of Brett Hill. Hey, everybody exactly where they needed to be that time. You had Hill, the deep defender, and Josiah Diolas from his linebacker spot running with that crossing route. So this is where it gets tricky and things can snowball on an opponent in a hurry, and you've seen it for all those years as an assistant. 3rd and 10s turn into punts, and 3 and outs turn into scoring drives for the Bearcats, and the next thing you know that you guys are up 28-35-0 on these teams.
Yep. All it takes is a little bit of a crease. Coach Hall isn't afraid to go right at it. These guys are going to throw the ball on us. They're going to do it all night.
They move the strong side of the receivers to the left. Now they send a man in motion. Shala going to air it out this time. Now he's going to have to overcorrect with throwing with the wind for a little bit. And that pass falls incomplete. Jackson Kyle, the intended receiver. Tell you one thing about Sterling, their basketball team last year was one of the best teams Scottsbluff played all season long, and up until they played Pius in the state tournament, it might have been the best team they saw all year. They were awesome.
Well, you look at their gym, and you see all the banners hanging in their gym. They've had great athletes. They have good football programs, basketball programs, had good track programs. There's good athletes down there.
Kyle boots it away across midfield. Jumps back Scottsbluff's direction. Cats will take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Scoring drive so far tonight of 52, 93, and 37 yards. So another opportunity to get really good field position here early in the second quarter. 10:56 to play and leading already 21-0. High school football coverage on KDB.TV and 101.7 The Trail. Chris Cottrell and Todd Mangini in the Logos broadcast booth tonight. Harsh in the shotgun. Cruel motions from left to right. They hand it to Jacob. Jacob dipped in, now bounces out, turns the corner, lowers his shoulder, and really delivered the blow to the defensive back as he's bumped out of bounds. Runs it across midfield to the Sterling 45. That's a gain of 8. Sets up 2nd down and 2. So, Coach, you've coached all these great backs. You rattled off the names earlier. An impressive stable. What's Cruel's skill set, and what makes him so good?
What makes him good is his ability to dip that shoulder and run people over. I mean, Chris Busby could do that. Jacob, he's a little bit shorter and more compact, and you assign him just dip his shoulder and level a blow onto the guy trying to tackle him.
Harsh hands it off to Diolas. Diolas met by one of the inside backers right there, and that's Drew Book on the stop, a 205-pound senior. Tackled for no gain. Ball stays at the 45. And the other thing about Cruel is he hits the open field. You're not going to run him down.
Yeah, he has great speed. That's the hidden thing to him. Most guys see him as just a kind of a bruiser-type running back, but as he cuts the corner, he is going north and south, and there's few people will catch him.
3rd down and 2. Cruel shows that fly sweep motion. This time, though, time to just call big number 4's number. He's got the first and then some. Defenders bouncing off of him. Harsh then carries a couple of extra defenders with him inside the 35. They'll mark the football at the 32-yard line. A gain of 13 for Sebastian Harsh. Mentioned coming in, averaging 9.4 yards per carry. And that last drive ran it into the end zone from 23 yards out. He's got to be one of the best football players you've ever seen here at Scottsbluff.
He's probably in the top 10 for sure.
Caleb Walker out to the right, 2 receivers left. Roar wide, Cruel, a wide slot set up. Snap to Harsh. Harsh over the middle. Scott Schwartz, good adjustment to the football. I'm not sure if that ball was deflected. It was deflected, and then behind Trevor adjusted his body well, and Schwartz makes the grab, picks up an extra yard or two. Line of scrimmage was the 32, a pickup of 14, and he's showing off the skills here in the first half tonight, Trevor Schwartz. Coach Hall is airing the football out tonight here in the first half. 9:20 to play in quarter number 2. Ball right hash mark. Single back is Diolis. They'll throw a little bubble screen out to Cruel. Blocking on the edge is Luke Roar. That kept the corner away. Cruel takes it inside the 15. Going to be a gain of, let's see where they mark it. Gain of about 4 as Harsh connects with Cruel. First time we've seen that look all season long. Every little bit you can show gives every opponent down the road more to have to deal with on film and prep during the week.
Yeah, when you start looking at what you have to get ready for week to week to week, and all of a sudden you're preparing for 7, 8, 9 different types of formations, plays out of those formations. It takes a lot of time as far as coaches scouting, coming up with a plan, going over it with the kids, and you play them, and in a week they're gone. So it's really tough to, when you have all these types of formations, to actually deal with it.
Scottsbluff going to take a timeout. We'll step away as well. 8:18 to play here in the first half. And the Cats controlling things here against the Sterling Tigers. It's 21-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Wells Fargo.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gearing.
On King EB, Scottsbluff has it out of the timeout. They stick it in the gut of Jacob Cruel, and Cruel runs it to shy of the 10. They'll put the football at the 11, a gain of 3 for Cruel. As Scottsbluff will now face a third down, and it looks like about 3 from the 11. And the Cats to the line of scrimmage pretty quickly. Sam Clarkson back in the game at that offensive tackle spot left side. Harsh. They will pull Mokiak. The quarterback lowers his shoulder pads. Picks up the first down. Brought down inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 7 for Sebastian Harsh. Coach, last week when they went to that heavy package, you got basically 10 O-linemen or a kid like Hegum on the field, so you're getting worn out by the big boys. And then when it's all said and done, you still got to tackle one of the biggest dudes out there. I mean, it just wears on guys.
Yeah, it's going to eventually affect Sterling. The size of our linemen versus them, they're going to get beat up.
Cruel on the carry, and Cruel stretches out late. He'll be shy of the goal line. They'll put him down, knee down at the 2. So a gain of 2 for Jake Cruel.
Yeah, you can't keep taking a pounding, and not get worn down a little bit.
Scottsbluff to the line of scrimmage. We've got 7 minutes and 2 seconds to play. Clock runs here in the second quarter. Harsh gives it to Cruel. Cruel stood up and tackled shy of the goal line. They'll mark him at the 1. A gain of 1 for Jake Cruel as they tried to run off tackle left side. So Jack Darnell is sitting on the bench right now with James Buck just kind of hanging out over there, and that doesn't look too promising. Going to be tough to stop that. Promising play, finishes in 6. With 6. 6:24 to play in the second quarter, and Harsh has his second touchdown run of the night. This one covers just 1 yard. A 27-0 lead for the Bearcats. 4 drives and 4 touchdowns against this Sterling Tigers defensive unit. Caleb Walker attempts the PAT, and he is 4 for 4 now on the night. 6:24 to play. Scottsbluff dominating Sterling 28-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Why do we work all hours of the night? Head towards challenges instead of turning away, and work together to solve the toughest problems so you can enjoy the little things and all the big moments life has to offer. Tri-State and our family of electric cooperatives. Brighter, stronger, better together.
With warmer weather comes warmer vehicles. Let the professionals at High Tech Automotive help you with your automotive checking, maintenance, and repair so the heat doesn't beat your vehicle. Take your vehicle to High Tech Auto Service between Baumgards and Frank Parts, 632-2731.
Walker kicking off.
Caleb Walker handling kickoff duties. On the return, Sterling out across the 20, not much further than that. Luke, starter down on special teams, the first to arrive to help make the tackle on the kick return from the Sterling Tigers. And in a 28-0 score right now. Part of the concern is Jack Darnell continuing to get checked out by head athletic trainer James Buck, and it's a right leg injury. They got his right shoe off, so we won't speculate too much further than that, but definitely going to work on maybe a tape job right now with James. 1st and 10 for Sterling. Receiver motions from right to left, a little option pitch, and this will pick up a first down. So Connor Polens, a 155-pound senior, takes it across the 30 to the 34, a pickup of 12 yards. Sets up another 1st and 10 situation for Sterling. Trips out to the right, single receiver left, and Polens the single back. They hand it to the lone back. We've got multiple flags down, tossed in near the line of scrimmage.
Face mask or holding, I couldn't tell.
It'll be face mask, the call against Scottsbluff. So Sterling gets the benefit of the penalty. They'll walk off the 5 yards out to the 40, nose of the football just across the 40-yard line of Sterling. First down and 5 now for the Tigers. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. That's the short side. Ball left hash. Shala in the shotgun. Man comes in motion. Snap, handoff. And rumbling across midfield. And inside Scottsbluff's 40-yard line.
Kind of back on our heels a little bit here.
Cade Nelson, the big carry for the Sterling Tigers to the Scottsbluff 37-yard line. So Sterling, they've been in Bearcat territory once tonight. That was on a big deep ball caught by Tucker Myers. They've hit a couple running plays on this drive. They'll run option again. Simons lit up the quarterback, and now multiple guys come. The ball carrier on that play, and it was Riley Bornhoft, a junior 145 pounds. Luckily for Bornhoff, Harsh did not square him up, or it would have been maybe totally lights out with Sebastian delivering the wood.
Yeah, Mokiak kind of spun him, stood him up. Bash was coming full steam. That could have hurt.
Second down and well behind the sticks now. It's 2nd and 18. You got a timeout taken, this time by Scottsbluff. We'll step away again. 4:42 to play in the first half. 28-0 Cats on the West Coast scoreboard.
In sports,
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the Experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
KDB, a 2nd down and 18. Deolis gives chase. Sterling had a wide open receiver. That was Peyton Rose along the far sideline, in and out of his hands. I believe that's number 2. Yeah, so Rose just a flat drop. Might have been able to secure the catch and get upfield for an extra yard or 2.
Well, they gave him a big cushion. I mean, you're looking at about 19 yards, so they gave him a large cushion. But like you said, if he catches it and spins around, he could get the first down. You got to just tighten up a little bit, and they'll be fine.
Spread formation, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Poland's in the backfield. Shala directing traffic in the shotgun, right around midfield. 4:36 to play in the half. Cats up by 4 touchdowns. Shala throws over the middle, and Caleb Walker got beat on the seam route. And Price Keene, a freshman, gets down the middle for the catch to the 23-yard line. That'll set up 1st down and 10 now for Sterling. They come to the line quickly. They've got single coverage out here with big 6'3" Myers being defended by Galindo. Instead, they run speed option left, and Josiah Deolis will have none of that. A stop behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of 4 yards back to the 27. That's just assignment football right there.
Yeah, he came off the block. The guy's trying to block him. He stepped outside of him. That's good play, good football there.
Caden Shoemaker, a reserve member of the secondary, in on this unit right now. He's defending one of the slot receivers here on the near side to the right of the formation for the offense. Trips right, ball left hash. Shala turns and fires. He's got Tucker Myers. Good job keeping outside contained by Alex Galindo. And then Sebastian Harsh, always good to count on him to clean things up.
Yeah, he's a little tough to block on a stock block on the outside.
Coach, I've seen Sebastian play since about the 3rd grade in the Carpenter Center, and he's always been, to this day, the most instinctive football player, regardless of who they're playing with or against on any field I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 17.
Bearcats got to make sure not to be looking in the backfield. Stay on your man.
Empty set, Shala with receivers everywhere. They release a tight end down the middle. Shoemaker started to backpedal, but they had 2 defenders there. Galindo, the corner, Shoemaker, the safety, and the ball falls incomplete a few yards deep into the end zone.
Well, there's a decision for Sterling right now. They have the ball on the 30. It's 4th and 15, 16. Be a tough try to get this ball past the Bearcats here. Give the Bearcats good field position right here. Another score And that clock starts winding up.
Yeah. Already 28-0, 2:42 to play in this first half. Earlier start tonight. Good call by AD Dave Hawksworth. You just never know. So they got things started at 6 o'clock. And to this point, everything's kind of shoved off north. At least earlier tonight it did. Snap to Shala. He'll fire. Passes in and out of the hands of James Bruner, and then picked off by Brett Hill.
Oh, rookie move there. 4th down, knock the ball down. gotta get the pick. I understand you don't get them very often, but 4th down, let it go to the floor.
The coach up top.
You gotta love them when they give you an effort like that.
Yeah, James Bruner on the deflection. Brett Hill secures the INT. 28-0, Scottsbluff with their 5th drive of the night now. It'll start at their own 20. They are 4 for 4 drives and touchdowns this evening. 2:37 to play in the half. Snap to Harsh. He'll move out to his left. He will flick the wrist and fire it deep. Luke Rohr secures the catch. Came back to the football. Across midfield, inside the 40, and down at the 32-yard line. A pickup of 48 yards. Rolling to his left, coach, throwing off 1 foot.
You don't think he's kind of strong, do you?
Man. He threw one about that same style at the scrimmage about a month or so ago, went about 60 yards in the air. Man, 48-yard completion. Now back to the run game. It's Jacob Krull. Quick cut back inside. Late flag falls at the 32, so we'll check the yellow marker. A holding call against Scottsbluff as they tried to get outside, running to the right. 7 to play here in the half. So that'll back the Cats up behind the chains. A good distance as they will mark the football now at the Bearcat 42-yard line. Sets up a 1st and 20 situation. Rohr's been effective in the passing game early this year.
That was a great comeback to the ball. He had a defender right in front of him. Just the guy who luckily didn't touch the ball.
Quick little screen pass out to Krull. Gets a block on the edge from Rohr. Krull slips another defender and takes it to the 26-yard line. We'll see if they're going to, 26-yard line. So a pickup of 16 yards for Krull, and from 1st and 20, 2nd down and about 4. You know, after losing a kid like Keegan Reifschneider, you wondered where the big plays were going to come from. It's been a team effort. There's a big play waiting to happen. Sebastian Harsh on the quarterback keep. 1st down carry to the 15-yard line. A gain of 11 for Harsh, but you lose a guy like Reifschneider, and we've seen big plays tonight in the passing game with Krull, with Schwartz, with Rohr, and Darnell as well early.
You know, you're looking at a package where you're pretty dangerous no matter what you do.
And coming into tonight, Caleb Walker had 3 catches, all had gone for touchdowns. Walker, Harsh wanted him to move, and Harsh scrambles out, and he'll be tackled right around the line of scrimmage. That play will go for no gain. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. 40 seconds to play now in the first half, so Cats will show a little bit of urgency getting to the line of scrimmage. Clock continues to run now at 32 seconds. Still moving. Harsh takes the snap, looks left, fires over the middle, and dropped there by Jacob Krull at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Jacob needed to look that one all the way in his hands. He could have made the move to get to the end zone. Just a little technique flaw. Yeah, Sebastian should have known. Throw the ball out the back of the end zone, kill the clock. That's just a high school rookie move.
Scottsbluff, no timeouts left here in this half. It's 3rd down and 10, ball right hash mark. 2 receivers to the left. Rohr wide, he's got press man coverage on him. A lot of cushion for Cruel in the slot. Walker to the right. Little middle screen, and a good job as they kind of blew that play up along the line of scrimmage, and they dropped Diolis for a loss of 5 on the play.
Well, they better hurry if they're going to try to get this. They're going to try to field goal over here.
No timeout, so they're going to have to go. Clock right now at 7, continues to tick down. Caleb Walker with the football at the 20. This will be a 37-yard kick, and that'll left. Tough into the wind boot for Caleb Walker. Cats score on 4 of their 5 offensive possessions, and they will get the football to start the second half. At the break, a 28-0 lead for the Scottsbluff Bearcats on the Sterling Tigers here on the West Coast scoreboard.
On the field.
Hi, I'm Kevin Wick, Assistant Vice President at Platte Valley Bank with your Mortgage Mythbuster of the Week. Some people think that purchasing a home is more expensive than renting. The truth is, with interest rates so low, there has never been a better time to purchase a home, making your monthly mortgage payment lower than a rent payment. The mortgage lenders at Platte Valley Bank are here to help you find the right programs to fit your needs and your budget. Stop in today. No question is too big or too small.
Screen printing and apparel.
World champion.
Known previously as Angela's Bridal and Boutique.
World champion bullfighter Dusty Tuckness has a lot to think about at work. He looks into the eyes of real angry bulls for a living. But Dusty wouldn't trade this job despite some really hard days at work. At home, Dusty's world is quiet and comfortable. Dusty leaves his boots, his hat, and his hard day at the door every day, and so can you. Renewal by Anderson windows and patio doors keep the outside out. They're the best of the best, installed by local people who care. Renewal by Anderson. It's good to be home.
Known previously as Angela's Bridal and Boutique in downtown Scottsbluff, now tuxedos and men's formal wear by Angela's. Brought to you by Weborg 21 Center. We are excited to offer you more one-on-one customer service. Whether you need a tux for the wedding, a suit for the office, or you're just ready to step up your everyday fashion. And don't forget our second location. Angela's Boutique is now located at Bianco & Company in downtown Scottsbluff, still empowering women to look and feel their most confident. The same great boutique, now just down the street.
Clock and the early start time had no effect on this Bearcat football team, Coach Mangini, as they have been lights out here early.
Yeah, both sides of the ball too. Defensively, they've made some long passes, but haven't really got into the red zone yet. The Bearcats come out, run the ball, throw the ball. Sebastian has 150 yards in the first half throwing the ball. You can't really complain about the game right now. What we need to do is make sure we don't come out of the halftime a little flat. Let Sterling start getting momentum. Just keep putting pressure on them. Let the big guys, do their job up front. And if that continues, the Bearcats will be just fine.
Off to a 3-0 start already this season, trying to make it a 4-0 start here with this ball game here against Sterling. Coming up on the schedules, we just kind of look ahead at Gehring, at Sidney, home for Lexington, home for Alliance, and at McCook. So after those first 3 games, if you include tonight, things start to soften up maybe just a little bit. And I know they're off to a little bit of a slow start this year, but by week 9, a road trip to McCook and Jeff Gross, they'll be dialed in.
You can't think ever Jeff Gross McCook can be, 1-7, and you go to play them, and you better be ready to play them because they're going to play Scottsbluff tough. It is kind of an old school rivalry. Most people don't talk about it that way, but you have 2 good coaching staffs going against each other. You have 2 premium programs going against each other. How could you not put that game in perspective and say, hey, it's a 0-0 game. There is nobody favored. You're going to go out and have to play. And if you don't, you're going to lose no matter what kind of year you're having.
One of my favorite, and here we are talking about McCook in week 4, but one of my favorite things about the matchup every year, and I know Coach Benson stepped away, but just the respect level between the Scottsbluff staff. You guys were together for so long, and Jeff and his guys. It's great to see each and every year.
And there is a lot of respect in the coaching fraternity. Guys like Joe and Jeff, and you have guys like Derek Deaver, Mark Moran the same way. These guys have been coaching for over 20-some years. I mean, over that time, you build that respect. It just doesn't happen overnight. You got to stay with the program. You take your lumps some years. You have great years. But the biggest thing that develops that fraternity within coaches is that you play a good team and you play hard. You may win, you may get the upset, whatever. But you never have that moment where, okay, we're going to try to score, run the score up on you. You know, if we're ahead, we're going to put our JVs in. They're going to get some good reps. And you respect coaches who want to develop their programs, not just try to rub it in your face and try to beat you into the ground. You know, granted, when you're playing certain teams, you have your second, third, fourth team in against sometimes their second or first team, and the score gets out of hand. But with these guys, you know, they appreciate the game.
Yeah.
You know, we want to protect the game. We don't want to hurt kids' esteem by beating them up or anything like that. And that's, when you have coaches like that, no matter what programs you have, it's going to build that rapport of, okay, that's a good coach. And that's, you know, when I left the game, all I ever wanted to be able to look at my kids and say, hey, you know, we had a lot of fun, you learned something. And like you mentioned, I had great running backs. You know, I was fortunate enough to coach, you know, all staters. And to this day, I still, you know, Ty Benson, you know, I see Max say hi. I mean, there's still some respect there, and that's all you ever want as a coach.
No doubt about that. We saw some of that respect level last week at Northwest with Kevin Stein. Gary Hartman was in town, came up, talked to him, and I saw him down before the game talking with Kevin Stein. They go back a long time, so always great to see the coaching, the level of respect that you get with the Scottsbluff guys who have been doing it for so long and a lot of their adversaries around the state. Right now, the Scottsbluff staff and the kids really taking it to the Sterling Tigers. We're at halftime with the score 28-0. Scottsbluff in complete control right now on the West Coast scoreboard.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Fall weather brings new clothing to compliments for you and your home. Start with women's fashion from FDJ, Piccadilly, Charlie B, and many more. We have beautiful and original ladies' fashions that appeal to women of all ages and sizes. And remember to complement your outfit with a bag from Vera Bradley. Finally, get your home ready with decor that brings joy to your life. Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Kerr Heilbrunn and find out how you can start saving today. It's just another way. We're here to help life go right.
Back tonight on KDB.TV and 101.7 The Trail. High school football, week 4 of the season here in the great state of Nebraska with Scottsbluff on top of Sterling out of Colorado by the score of 28-0. Let's get to our scoring recap. Look at the numbers and the scoring recap here on KDB, brought to you by Arby's. They are the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. Scottsbluff put a big number up in the first quarter. They scored 3 times on 3 drives. Cruel, a 7-yard touchdown run with 8:13 to play. That capped off a 52-yard drive, made it 7-0. Sebastian Harsh then with 55 seconds to play in the first quarter hit Trevor Schwartz on a beautiful 34-yard connection. Schwartz did the rest of the work from about the 5-yard line in, scores his first high school football touchdown. That drive was 93 yards. They overcame a holding penalty and a sack of Harsh to get in the end zone 14-0. And then Harsh, on the final play of the first quarter, scored a 23-yard touchdown on the ground. A 37-yard drive. He did the lion's share on that 23-yard run, 21-0. Scottsbluff at that point. They had the football just twice in the second quarter, and Harsh delivered a 1-yard touchdown run with 6:24 to play in quarter number 2, and they got it back late, unable to score in the 2-minute drive. Caleb Walker 4 for 4 on PATs. He did miss a long, tough field goal into the wind, blowing sideways a little bit, and he missed wide left. So a 28-0 score. Scottsbluff leading right now at halftime by 4 touchdowns. I'll turn it over to Coach Mangini, and we'll give you what we've got right now stats-wise for the Bearcats tonight. Coach?
Okay, starting with Sebastian Harsh rushing, 9 carries for 74 yards. Jacob Krull, 10 carries for 61 yards. Caleb Walker has 1 carry for 13 yards, but it was a great carry because that was a 3rd down and 12, and he got 13, which really kept that 93-yard drive going. Josiah Diallos has 1 rush for 8 yards. The amazing stat is the passing stat. Sebastian Harsh with 150 yards passing in the first half. Usually if he has 150 yards in a game, that's huge. So Coach Hull's letting him throw the ball a little bit. Thrown it 11 times. He's 8 out of 11. Not a bad evening for the young man. I think the more he matures throughout the season, we'll be able to rely on that, get teams out of the box on us so we can run the ball a little easier. He has receivers that are becoming bigger threats. Luke Rohr, 1 catch for 48 yards. Caleb Walker, 1 catch for 14. Jack Darnell, a catch for 23. The big catch is by Trevor Schwartz for 48 yards. Jacob Krull, 2 for 21 yards. He's hit 6 different guys so far. You know,
that's impressive.
It's going to make a difference, especially when we get down the road in the playoff games. Teams are going to have to respect everybody. And we get the wide out. We get Josiah to carry the ball up the middle, Sebastian to carry the ball up the middle. You know, on that long pass to Rohr, everybody had their back turned. Sebastian probably could have ran it for 30 yards. So, I mean, it's been one of those games where kids can play hard, just tighten up their game a little bit, clean up a few things, no more penalties, and things will just fall right in place.
28-0. A look at the numbers, the scoring recap, and Coach with the stats, again brought to you by Arby's. They are the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. We'll step away, come back with more here at halftime on KNEB. A 28-0 lead for the Cats on the West Coast scoreboard.
Sonny's Bike and
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Why do we work all hours of the night? Head towards challenges instead of turning away, and work together to solve the toughest problems so you can enjoy the little things and all the big moments life has to offer. Tri-State and our family of electric cooperatives. Brighter, stronger, better together.
Hi, I'm Kevin Wick, Assistant Vice President at Platte Valley Bank with your Mortgage Mythbuster of the Week. Some people think that purchasing a home is more expensive than renting. The truth is, with interest rates so low, there has never been a better time to purchase a home, making your monthly mortgage payment lower than a rent payment. The mortgage lenders at Platte Valley Bank are here to help you find the right programs to fit your needs and your budget. Stop in today. No question is too big or too small.
The 23rd Annual Harvest Festival at Legacy of the Plains is September 21st and 22nd. This year, their featured crop is sugar beets. Starting at 9 a.m. both days, enjoy potato digging, live music, a horse and tractor parade, food vendors, wagon rides, and watch a live demonstration of hand, horse, and machine sugar beet and potato harvest. Large gift shop sale. Legacy's cookbook will be on sale with a bake sale on Saturday and church service on Sunday starting at 9. The 23rd Annual Harvest Festival at Legacy of the Plains is September 21st and 22nd. This ad is sponsored by the Scottsbluff County Area Tourism Bureau.
High school football coverage tonight on KUDB.TV and 101.7 The Trail. Chris Cottrell and former longtime assistant coach, current teacher now, still at Scottsbluff High School. And, Coach, be honest, it seems like you're always one of the kids' favorite.
Oh, I don't know. I'm lucky enough to work with kids, and I've never really complained about my job. And you coach them, teach them, give you a great idea. I was just kind of figuring out how many kids are out involved in this game. You have probably 70 or 60 football players. You had 60 people in the band. You have 12 drill team girls, and you have 10 cheerleaders. I mean, you look at how many kids you get to be around. You go to a football game, and it's really nice just to see that many kids get involved in programs. And you come to a game, you support them, and they really appreciate it. And that's kind of the sideline to the game. You work with them in the classroom, but you see them outside the classroom and let them know that you care about what they do outside the room. And that's where I've been fortunate. I've got to see a lot of kids do a lot of things. I've been back in Scottsbluff since '97, and it's kind of funny when kids come up to me and they'll say, "Hey, do you remember me, Mr. McGinney?" And I kind of look at them and go, how long ago was it that you were in my class? And, they look at me and go, "Oh, it was about 22 years. Yes, I kind of remember you, but you got to give me
Tell me your name
here. Yeah, so I've been real fortunate to come back to Scottsbluff. So I like the kids, like the staff, like the administration I have in my building. I can't complain. And, people talk about when they come to the Panhandle, where do they want to go to school, where do they want their kids to go to school. You can't go wrong going to Scottsbluff High School, walking into a new building like that with all of our programs, getting coached by some of the best coaches in the state. And we have some tremendous people who are going to be great people later on in their lives. They're going to make a difference in the community.
I know that's what matters to you most when it's all said and done, and you've stayed involved with the West Nebraska All-Star Week as a committee member for a lot of these years, and I know that's important to you as well, giving back in the summer months for the kids.
That All-Star game is still near and dear to my heart for a lot of reasons. This year I was out of town for a while, so I didn't get to help as much, but you look at some of the people that put that on. The community supports high school athletics, and with the football program that's going on here right now, a lot of people want to be a part of that program, and we're very fortunate to have the community that says, yeah, we'll chip in, we'll support what you do. You get good crowds. Last year, when we were playing York and it was just absolutely freezing out here, and you saw what we had in the crowd, it's a lot of people who were out here, handling the element, and they loved every second of the game.
What a run last year's postseason was, Coach. First off, you got to have the breaks go your way to get 3 home games.
Yeah.
And the Roncalli and York games will go down as 2 of the great games in school history.
We were talking, Coach Deaver and I were talking about that Roncalli game this morning, and I hate to say it, the quarterback getting hurt was a huge difference for us. But then, on the other hand, making the comeback we did, the kids, fighting as hard as they can, being resilient, don't give up, we'll get our breaks, and things, talk about snowball in the second half.
Yeah.
And as long as those things kept going right, and the kids got a little more confidence, and then the York game, they've been our nemesis forever. And to get that win, Sebastian getting that pick 6 standing in the end zone on that screenplay, that's just one of those things that, the stars were aligned and we were going to get that win. And Coach Deaver and I are up in the booth. We're smacking each other on the shoulders, on the back. It was one of the greatest games to coach, and we weren't even on the field. But
yeah, memories for a lifetime for kids, but Memories for a lifetime for you guys as well. 28-0 here at halftime tonight. This current version of Scottsbluff football continuing to make some memories for themselves right now, on top by 4 scores on Sterling. We'll have the second half on the way when we come back right after this on KNEB.
Why not show up? At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Bye, Mom.
Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stCenturyEquipment.com.
Scottsbluff and Gearing, Dave Ramsey here. A great start to Financial Pieces to have a $1,000 emergency fund. What better place to keep that emergency fund than with your friends at First State Bank? As a community bank, they are proud to provide you a safe place to keep your money. They are closely regulated, so you are insured by the FDIC up to $250,000. Stop in today and have a personal banker help you protect yourself against what life throws at you. First State Bank, member FDIC.
It takes a team to maintain a beautiful smile and, more importantly, good day. Exams, restorations, extract implants. This is the Good Hands team of dental professionals folks have relied on for nearly 20 years.
We're back with the start of the second half. Jacob Krull on the kick return for Scottsbluff as he brings it out across the 20, and they'll mark him down at the 26-yard line. So Scottsbluff with the 4-score lead, and outside of the 2-minute drill, Coach, they've scored on every possession so far tonight, and the offense has been in high gear. We'll see what they come out with and what the plan is here with Coach Hall in half number 2.
Well, we noticed that Darnell is not going to be in the game, so their new tight end might change a few things, but trust me, they're going to be legitimate here.
This is the heavy package. They will go right to the run game. They've got the extra offensive lineman in the backfield, like Trayton Travnicek, the nose guard on the defensive side of the football, lines up behind the line, but in front of the quarterback, Sebastian Harsh. And this is what we were talking about that worked so well last week and really was the difference in the game at Northwest. Harsh picks up 5. It'll set up 2nd down and 5. So the game plan here is to just wear on a smaller defensive unit. See if you can just pound the football down their throat, toss up that 35, and get the clock running.
Yeah, here they come again, same package.
Nick Mogg in the backfield with Mokiak back there and Travnicek. Here they come with Heavy, and the quarterback Heavy himself.
Yes.
Picks up 6 and moves the chains across the 35, across the 36-yard line. How do you stop this? Coach Hall was just pretty blunt. We stole it from York. We're not gonna hide that. It worked so well with them when they had Snodgrass, pretty similar to Sebastian running the football from the quarterback spot. Won him a state championship.
Yeah, you can't fault the philosophy behind it.
A little over a minute 10 gone by. Jacob Krull, the ball is on the turf, and who's got it? We've got a fumble. No signal yet. Yep. Sterling has the football. That's the 3rd lost fumble this year for Jacob Krull. So an early mistake by the Scottsbluff offensive unit.
I don't know, it didn't look like a good exchange between Jacob and Sebastian there. It looked like it was bobbled right at the exchange.
And that was after a couple of plays of Heavy, and they go back to the regular offensive set. They get the mix-up on the exchange. So Sterling now with an opportunity down by 4 touchdowns to have some good field position. We'll see what the Tigers can get accomplished here. 1st and 10. They've got it at the Scottsbluff 36-yard line. They'll show that fly sweep action, handoff, and nothing doing. Harsh second to arrive. Nick Mogg last week racked up about, I think, 9 total tackles in the game, and he got his hands around the ball carrier, and he's a junior, and he's put on some weight this year. He's a football playing Jesse, isn't he?
He loves the game. When he's a freshman, he pole vaulted at 180 pounds.
2nd down and 12 now for Sterling and quarterback Brock Schala. They'll check the sideline for the play call, see if they want to change things up. 2 receivers left. They've got the big 6'3" Tucker Myers out here to the right. Schala comes short that direction. On the catch is Dylan Zwern. And Zwern, a 170-pound junior, stopped. A short gainer for about 3 yards on the play. Was that Harsh on the stop?
Yep. Just buried him, too.
Harsh outside linebacker here on the left. Got some extra defensive backs on the field right now. Cruel. Shoemaker deep along with Brett Hill. They'll throw a quick screen to the middle of the field, and Harsh tracks it down from the backside. Running downfield, might have been enough to pick up the 1st down. We'll see. Be a yard shy. So a gain of 8. We've got
Bruner.
James Bruner slow to get up. One of the cornerbacks, but he's up on his feet. James Buck out to meet him at around the 25. So looks like James Bruner will come off the field. Younger brother of Noah, former Scottsbluff quarterback and safety. Doing a great job with the athletic training program up at Chadron State right now. 9:03 to play in the 3rd quarter. Ball right hash. It is 4th down, and call it 2 for Sterling. 4th and 2. We'll see what they come up with here on this 4th and short play.
Press coverage all the way across.
Catch show blitz. They will hand it off, and Polens avoids the first rush of that defensive unit. Harsh makes the tackle, but not until Connor Polens able to pick up enough to move the chains inside the 25. Nose of the football just shy of the 24-yard line. They'll mark it now at the 24. 8:50 to play here in the 3rd quarter. 28-0 Scottsbluff, ball middle of the football field. And this is Dean on the carry. And Dean takes it to the 20 for a pickup of 4. Oh, check that. Cade Nelson, excuse me. Cade Nelson on the carry for 4. 8:25 to play. And it's 2nd down and 6. Schala in the shotgun. Diolis comes off the edge. Handoff straight ahead. And again, Nelson. So Cade Nelson, he'll be a yard shy, picks up 5, needed 6. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Harsh again on the stop.
They're kind of controlling the line of scrimmage on us a little bit. We got to get off the ball a little harder, go to the ball carrier.
They'll run a design quarterback keep. Harsh goes low and drops Schala for a loss. And we'll see if he actually might have picked up a half yard, but it'll be 4th down now and 1. Sebastian just read that immediately and knifed in and made the play.
Yeah, there was no fake to it, so Sebastian just went right to the quarterback to make tackle.
4th and 1 for the Tigers. They used Nelson last time in this situation. Cade Nelson, the senior, stocky, well put together in the backfield. Straight ahead now under center. First time we've seen Schala under center tonight. Got up in there behind his offensive line and just bulldozed his way inside the 15 down to around the 13. Got 3 on the QB sneak. Already though, Coach, we're down to 7 minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter, so where Sterling's found some success in the run game, that's also going to burn the clock on them a little bit.
Yes, it will. I don't think they're going to abandon the passing game right away, but they're getting some yards running the ball. Keep it up a little bit.
Shala waits on the shotgun snap. They run speed option to the left. Nowhere to go for Poland's. Josiah Diolas, good job of outside contain. And Poland's drop behind the 15, back at around the 18-yard line. They'll call it the 17, a loss of 3. Terrence Mokiak there as well on the stop. Mokiak, coach, voted a season-long team captain along with Harsh this year, getting a lot of respect from his teammates.
He's worked hard over the years. He keeps his head straight. You know, there's a great example. He came off the block, make a tackle, just follow his technique. He'll be a good player.
About halfway through this third quarter, they will run it straight ahead. They'll get it back near the original line of scrimmage with Polenz. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Trayton Travnicek comes off. Scottsbluff without Jack Darnell here in this second half. 3rd and long. Out route. Pass is caught. Trying to spin back inside. Jackson Kyle on the catch. Good tackle on the perimeter.
Warren coming from the inside linebacker position, go out and make the tackle.
Good to see Brunner back on the field quickly after coming off a few plays back. So a short gain of 1. It'll make it 4th down and 8. And it'll be a field goal attempt now. Down 28-0. Snap is back and the kick is up and misses wide left. No good. So this Bearcat offensive unit comes back onto the field as Jake McLean will feel good about the shutout still being in order.
Well, we'll get the ball on the 20. We'll get it set here.
So Coach Mangini, from Coach Benson to Coach Hall, and you've got another rising star in Jake McLean. This program in great hands.
Yeah, you can't complain about, you know, when Coach Hartman left it, you had Coach Deaver and Coach Benson take over. And then Coach Benson took over as the full head coach. And now to Coach Hall. Coach McLean's a smart coach. You really can't go wrong.
Jacob Krull, tough to go wrong on that. He'll look for ball security coming down the stretch here tonight as Krull picks up 5 on 1st and 10. It'll be 2nd down and 5. 4:35 to play here in quarter number 3. Cats come to the line of scrimmage with center Tyler Smith, the lone junior on that offensive line. Seniors Dyke, McLeod, Mokiak, and Clarkson. They'll flip the formation to the left. Walker, the wingback, that side. Handoff comes to Krull. They get the edge block. Krull's got the corner. Can he turn it and stay on his feet? No, he cannot, but plenty of yardage to pick up the 1st down out to the 39-yard line. 14 more on the carry for Jake Krull. He and Harsh coming into tonight were about 10 yards shy of combining for 1,000. Well over that mark tonight. As Harsh and Krull featured once again, as they always will be throughout this season in this high-powered rushing attack. 3:55 to play here in quarter number 3. Little boot, Harsh. A little bit underthrown that time, trying to hook up with Caleb Walker out near midfield.
Yeah, Schwartz was wide open. He's kind of pointing like, hey guys, me. He was wide open right behind that route.
How much pride did you guys as a staff and these current guys just take in the running game, being known for it, the program staple, and you're known around the state as this power rushing attack, aren't you?
Well, go back to Cornhusker tradition of running the football. You know, that's what we were born and raised with, so we weren't going to change our type of game for anybody.
This is Jacob Krull with that power run out across midfield down to the Sterling 45, a pickup of 16 for Jacob Krull. The despite the early fumble here in the second half. Cruel starting to pile up the rushing numbers.
It's up to 96 yards now on 13 carries.
Harsh gets the signal from Judd Hall along the near sideline. Smith over the football. Double tight end set. Wing back to the right is Walker. Cruel to the left of Harsh. They'll give it to Caleb Walker. Sidesteps the initial defender. Lowers his right shoulder. It takes 3 defenders to bring down Caleb Walker. Tucker Myers in on the stop. Polens, and also there defensively Peyton Rose. A first down carry of 4 for Caleb Walker. He looked to deliver the blow on the defender.
He did. Jacob Cruel needed to seal that, kick that guy out just a little bit better, give him a better lane, but still, the whole philosophy is, 3 yards, 4 yards in a cloud of dust. Just keep marching the ball down, control the time. They're doing exactly what Scottsbluff football is known for.
2:40 to play. It's Andy Pham in at left tight end, replacing Jack Darnell. Wanted to make sure we mentioned Pham in the ball game here. Seeing plenty of time. Harsh overshoots his intended receiver deep down the field at around the 15-yard line. That was Trevor Schwartz. Coach Deaver told me early at practice during two-a-days, he said, I know it's a basketball family, but this guy is going to be one heck of a football player.
Yes, he will be.
And I know you touched on him earlier, and he had that big first half, his first career varsity touchdown, and just as impressive, the adjustment on that ball that was deflected that wound up behind him to move his big body and come up with the play.
Yeah, you don't coach that. That's just natural talent.
Harsh gets the snap, hand off to Cruel. Cruel untouched for about the first 6 or 7 yards on this carry and takes it inside the 30 down to around the 27. That is a pickup of 14 more for Jake Cruel. Cruel told me at practice a couple of weeks ago, running from the fullback spot last year, you're doing a lot of east-west running when you're getting the handoff, so you have limited vision. He said he learned to use quick eyes, is the term he gave me, and he said this year running, I took his word for it.
I know. I've coached Jacob for 3 years. I can understand him saying that, too.
I'll tell him you laughed about that one.
He's a character. He's a character.
1st and 10. Cruel gets the handoff from Harsh, and he's stopped behind the line for a 1-yard loss. Last week, a couple of early carries that Northwest dropped him behind the line of scrimmage, and those were his first carries for a loss all season long coming in week 3, and Sterling drops him for a 1-yard loss here on this first down play. 1:32 to go here in the third quarter as both teams have, for the majority of this third quarter, kept things in the run game. An early fumble for the Cats turned into a missed field goal attempt for Sterling, and now Scottsbluff, this is their second possession of the half. Harsh steps up out of trouble, tucks it, he loses the football, and Sterling comes up with the recovery. What'd you see there on the fumble, Coach? Was that a little loose with the ball or just a good play?
Loose with the ball. You need, you've been talked to, coached on that for quite a while. He's got to keep that ball tight. You don't get anything by fumbling the ball. Go down maybe a yard or two short, but it's just a matter of, he needs to get that discipline to carry the ball high and tight when you get into a crowd. 2 drives, 2 fumbles. This is not what you call an auspicious start for a team that's rated number 2 in the state.
No doubt about that. Some definite coaching points for Coach Hall and the staff to chew on afterwards tonight, regardless of the outcome. Scottsbluff defense trying to bow their neck a little bit right here as they get an early stop here right around the line of scrimmage. Polens tackled for no gain. 2nd down and 10, 45 seconds to play in the third quarter. Shala claps his hands. Now everyone looks to the sideline. O-line, everybody kind of peeks that way except the center. 2 receivers left. Single receiver split wide right. Shala will air it out. In coverage downfield is James Bruner, who did a nice job of turning and running, and he kind of turned himself into the receiver that time.
Yeah, that ball just dropped, he had a little bit of wind behind him, but he threw it up there, and he was just hoping it would just drop right into his receiver's hands. And the closest one to the ball was actually Mr. Bruner.
We've seen this quarterback both last year and this year in this 2-year setup with Sterling. He's fun to watch.
He is. He's a good athlete.
Strong arm. Shala gets the snap. Looks left, comes back right. Little hitch route. He connects with Tucker Myers, tackled by Alex Galindo, and not much you can do right there. He kind of threw it to the back shoulder. That's just good offensive football.
Yeah, you can't fault your players for that. Played them tight. Just a great play. You can't fault the Bearcats for a great play by the Tigers.
It'll be a first down, so a gain of 10 as Galindo has been in the right spot even on a couple of completions tonight. That's 5'7", trying to defend 6'3", and sometimes you just tip the cap to the guy next in front of you. Jacob Krull hustles off just in time to avoid a flag on the Cats. They roll Shaw out left, and ball is complete across the 40.
Another first down.
Jackson McCracken on the catch, and that pass completion goes for about 12 yards to move the chains. That should be the final play of the third quarter. We're under 5 seconds to go. Horn will sound, and the Cats, on their 2 offensive drives in the third quarter, cough it up with fumbles. Defensively, still pitching the shutout. 3 in the books, 1 to go tonight here at Bearcat Stadium. It's Scottsbluff in front of Sterling, 28-0 right now on the West Coast scoreboard.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition. Convenient stores in your neighborhood. Friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viero Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
Control and Todd Mangini with you here on a Friday night at Bearcat Stadium. Violas comes off the edge. Great play set up and design. They run the middle screen. Harsh able to sniff it out and do his best. And on 1st and 10, we'll see if that's enough to move the chains. It looks like they're right about at the mark needed. They just kind of invited that rush on in and let the line set up on the screen play. It'll be 2nd down and 1. They give them 9. On the middle screen to Polens. Polens in the backfield to the right of Shala. They roll Shala right. He lobs one, and that'll be incomplete. Luckily, no contact, or there would have been a flag on Caden Shoemaker throwing the hands up and didn't swing that head back around, but underthrew the receiver, and they'll set up 3rd down and 1. Why not on 2nd and 1 take a shot?
Absolutely. Perfect down to do it.
28-0. Harsh threw an early Krull had the first score of the night, a 7-yard scamper. Harsh then to Schwartz covering 34 yards, and Harsh a 23-yard run. All 3 of those scores in the first quarter. It's been pretty quiet since. They scored about midway through the second quarter on a Harsh 1-yard TD run. Still 28-0 as we play here in the fourth quarter. Early on in the final stanza, 30 seconds in. Shala in the shotgun. Design quarterback keep. Nothing doing there. And stepping up to meet him right around the line of scrimmage was Luke Rohr. They're going to give him forward progress, and now we've got a flag down.
Face mask.
Right where the ball carrier was tackled. Personal foul face mask called against Scottsbluff. Chance Simons will come on to the field. Terrence Mokiak will leave. See one of the assistants shaking his head at Mokiak, so you wonder if maybe that's where the flag occurred. They mark off the 15 yards down inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, those kind of penalties are the ones that bother you the most as a coach, because that's just keeping your head in the game. Don't be foolish. It's one thing to get the 5-yard penalty, the 15-yard, that's on you.
Pure discipline.
Yeah, exactly.
1st and 10, Shala twins right. Single receiver, Myers to the left. Polins, they pull it, and then actually Myers out to the right. It was Kyle to the left, and Tucker Myers just thinking about getting upfield before he secured the catch. 2nd down and 10 coming up for Sterling.
Shala's a solid quarterback.
No doubt.
He runs those guys around. He knows where they need to be. He's a great coach on the field. You got to give him some credit. He's thrown some great balls, hit some guys in their hands. A good player.
Brock Shala, a 6-foot, 175-pound senior. Zwern motions from left to right. They bring a slot receiver back this direction. Contact came in the backfield. Polin's able to pick up a yard or two after first contact.
You got to think they're in 4-down territory no matter what.
It'll be 3rd down and 8. We've got 10:42 to play. Clock continues to run. Ball left hash mark. Scottsbluff up 4 touchdowns. Shala with Polins to his left. Snap back to Brock Shala. Pressure comes, under pressure, and he still makes the connection. Tackle made at the 25-yard line.
Shala gets up a little shook. Kind of got a little hitch in his walk there.
Jackson McCracken on the catch. It'll be 4th down and 2 now for Sterling. 9:55 as the clock continues to tick away here in the 4th. Just 7:47. Feels much later with the sun fully down, lights taking full effect, but we started 1 hour earlier tonight as Mr. Hawksworth made the call yesterday with the possibility of severe weather. Let's move kickoff up an hour. Now we've got a timeout as they kind of waited on the snap count a little bit. They'll talk it over. Timeout taken by Sterling. We'll break with them. Right now, 9:33 to play the ball game. Scottsbluff leads big 28-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different. Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
A 4th down pass attempt falls incomplete. They needed 2, little play action, and Shala, hey, if nothing else, he's always game to try and make a big play, but that pass falls incomplete. Brett Hill downfield, I believe, in coverage step for step with the receiver. So this Bearcat defense, despite 2 turnovers by the offense, they have held Sterling off the board, and credit Jake McClain always with a great game plan, and he's got the shutout going against a team that can clearly take some shots and hit some big plays on you. And now the sloppiness continues here. Or are we going to get, is this going to be on Sterling?
I think it's on Sterling,
yes.
maybe.
Saw some Scottsbluff linemen clapping, so maybe I jumped the gun.
12 guys.
Yep, too many men on the field. So Scottsbluff will get a free 5 to start this drive. Guarantee you Coach Hall definitely wants to see some quality football here on the final 9:27 from his offense so they can at least walk off the field tonight with a positive feeling, a good taste in the mouth, but those fumbles are going to chew on him all weekend.
Yeah, you don't want to get shut out in the second half of a game that, you know, you scored 28 in the first half and then turn around and don't score. Okay,
So
that was new.
So they're going to pick the flag up. Looks like we're basically just going to replay the down. Don't see that all that often. 1st and 10. And we'll do it again. Harsh waits on the snap. Gets it. Handoff comes to Cruel. Cruel runs off right tackle. And a hard charging run across the 30 out to the 33-yard line. A gain of 8 for Jacob Cruel, up over 100 yards, I believe, now on the night.
Yep, 117.
117 unofficially for Jacob Cruel. Mike Holly away tonight. Some family stuff out of town. Great to have Coach Mangini in the booth tonight.
Thanks for asking me. It's
hey,
been a great time.
My pleasure. This has been fun so far. 2nd down and 2. They'll give it to Caleb Walker.
Oh, he didn't read his block.
The coach and coach coming out.
That play's
shaking your head. What happened, Coach?
That play's not designed to go outside. You be patient and cut the ball up the field inside that kickout block, and you ran outside the kickout block. That will cost you.
8:27 to go. Loss of 4 for Caleb Walker. 3rd down and 6. They'll go back to what worked on 1st down. That was Jake Cruel. We'll see if he's got the line needed. He gets it right to the 35. Looks like he's going to be about maybe a half a football shy of a 1st down, maybe even a 1/3 of a football shy. 4th and inches now for the Bearcats as Cruel picks up 5. And this is just an attitude play right here, isn't it?
Yeah, this is strictly, we're going to try to beat you back. You know, I'd be surprised if he even hands the ball off.
Harsh will run it straight ahead. Forward momentum, falls forward, and if he can fall forward, he's going to pick up 2 yards at a minimum on every running play he ever attempts.
Absolutely. Drop his shoulders, carries the ball a little tighter, drop his shoulders a little bit when he runs. I don't know who could tackle him.
Picks up 2. It'll bring up 1st down and 10.
You know, you see how hard Jacob runs. Jacob keeps his pad level down, does a great job. Just comes down to a matter of technique, and that makes a good running back.
Handoff goes to Cruel. Gang tackled near the line of scrimmage. A gain of 1 for Jacob Cruel. Scottsbluff now in full running game mode here late in this ball game. Getting near the halfway point of the 4th quarter. 7 minutes to play. We go under 7 minutes now. We'll have to go in this 2nd half. 2nd down and 9. Double tight end formation. Wing to the right side is Caleb Walker. Diolas, that tight, staggered fullback. Harsh now throwing back across his body. Wanted Andy Pham near midfield and off target just a little bit. And that is an incomplete pass for Sebastian Harsh, and that'll make it 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, that time Schwartz needed to go a little deeper on his angle. On that route, he's supposed to be probably 5 yards past the outside man. Instead, he was just right behind him. Can't have 3 guys in the same zone. He gets deep. It's an easy pass.
Caleb Walker will split wide right. 2 receivers to the left. Cruel slot, Roar wide. No back to the left or right. Now they motion Cruel into the backfield. Instead, they run it straight ahead with Harsh. This is dangerous. Harsh at midfield. He's at the 40. Harsh at the 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown for Sebastian Harsh. It covers 61 yards with 6:23 to play in the fourth quarter. Harsh goes 61 to pay dirt. It kind of set that play up, running wide a few times on that drive. They come off the passing play, and Harsh was pretty much untouched, Coach.
Yeah. Just going to say the cutback is starting to become a bigger thing because they're really going to flow and things like that, which when you blitz, the cutback is natural then.
Offsides penalty, it looks like, coming up here against Sterling, and now we're going to see, I believe, the heavy package on now for Scottsbluff. You're going to give them that extra yard or so. They're going to toss heavy out here and let Sebastian run right or left. They'll go attitude here on the 2-point conversion. 30.
Maybe they'll drop it off to one of those linemen in the back, let them get 2 points.
Oh, that would be excellent if we could see that at some point. Snap to Harsh, here we go. It's Trevor Schwartz, the tight end. Not quite one of the big guys I know you had in mind, but big tight end. Trevor Schwartz as they convert the 2-point conversion. As the pass goes from Harsh to Schwartz, 6:23 to play, 36-0 now. Scottsbluff up big on the West Coast scoreboard.
It takes. There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Caleb Walker, as the ball goes in and out of the hands of the return man into the end zone, that'll go as a touchback. And Coach, one of your favorites here the last few years is tuning in tonight, Beretta Coates. I know you coached her in pole vault. She worked for us. Handled things running boards and cameras, and I texted her today. I had forgot to do it a couple of days ago, and I said, hey, Mike's out of town. Todd's going to join me in the booth tonight, and she just said, make sure you say hi to me because I'm listening. So, Beretta, thanks for tuning in, whether it's watching or listening, and Coach appreciates it.
Yeah, get to bed early tonight. You got practice tomorrow, I'm sure. So,
so a quick timeout. And we miss Beretta working at KNEB. Always did a great job for us, but up at Mount Marty College. Is that Yankton?
Yes.
Yankton. So hoping the best for her and her first semester at college and away from home. Working on the track team. And to this point, it seems like it all is going well for her, a former Scottsbluff Bearcat. 6:04 to play right now here in the ball game. 36-0. It's Scottsbluff in control.
Seeing a few younger guys coming in now.
Yeah, we'll touch on some of these guys. Jackson Ostick into the secondary. Along a cornerback spot is Isaiah Carney. Another corner right now is Calvin Fleming, a senior. They will throw it out to Tucker Myers, and a tackle made by Tyrone Shanks, 150-pound sophomore. So with the starters still on now for Sterling, we'll see if some of these backup defenders, and Coach, moments like this are huge, not just because these guys can get on the field and reap some rewards, but you just never know when someone might be called on in a key spot. They beat a defender, and Tucker Myers on the big catch across midfield, down around the Scottsbluff 30-yard line. They'll mark it at they'll mark it right there at the 29, it looks like, but you know better than most, one of these kids might be called on in a pinch at some point. You need to get some of this game reps for them.
It never hurts to get reps in for kids. I've said that for years. So you can get, even if it's 4 or 5 plays in a varsity game, you know what a varsity game is like, you know.
Handoff on the fly sweep, running near side and taking it into the end zone, I believe, for the first points of the night is Peyton Rose. A long touchdown run that covers 30 yards, so Rose scores the first points of the night for Sterling with 4:52 to go in the game.
Yeah, what these kids are learning right now is the speed of the game. And this game's way faster than a JV game or a sophomore game.
Extra point up and good for Sterling, as the score now at 36-7 with 4:52 to play in the ball game. Scottsbluff continues to lead Sterling big right now on the West Coast scoreboard.
World champion bullfighter Dusty Tuckness has a lot to think about at work. He looks into the eyes of real angry bulls for a living. But Dusty wouldn't trade this job despite some really hard days at work. At home, Dusty's world is quiet and comfortable. Dusty leaves his boots, his hat, and his hard day at the door every day, and so can you. Renewal by Anderson windows and patio doors keep the outside out. They're the best of the best, installed by local people who care. Renewal by Anderson. It's good to be home.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Kerr Heilbrunn and find out how you can start saving today. It's just another way. We're here to help life go right.
LLC, member SIPC.
Peyton Rose scored on the touchdown and delivered a nice blow on kick coverage for Sterling, tackling Alex Galindo. Another fine high school sports sponsor for us on KDB is Russell's Automotive. They're your family-owned go-to for all your quality automotive repair needs. We've got 4:44 to play in this matchup tonight. Scottsbluff in control. It's been that way all night. They lead Sterling now by the count of 36-7. Starting offensive unit back on the field for head coach Judd Hall. Harsh at quarterback. It will snap it to the big boy. He will give it to Jake Krull. A tough run as he runs through contact out to around the 27, a gain of 7. It'll be second down and 3 now for the Bearcats. Ball between the hash marks. Harsh will come off. His night complete. And Brett Hill enters the football game now at quarterback for Scottsbluff. Heady kid, game manager type, smart guy, always probably knows what needs to happen, where the ball needs to go, and what he's got to do.
Well, he's got to make sure he catches the ball. He's not a threat like Sebastian, but he definitely has to be able to handle the snap, get the balls, direct the team.
Handoff goes to Jacob Krull. That's his first order of business, and Krull picks up 5 and takes it to the 32-yard line. Jacob Krull, well over 100 yards again tonight. And a 5 there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cats at their own 32. Under 4 minutes to play in the game. KDB.TV and 101.7 the trail tonight. Again, the handoff to Krull. And that secondary for Sterling. He's delivering some shots, running through contact. Making the tackle was Brock Burkholder, but he paid a price in doing so.
Well, there was a little bit of a cutback to the inside, and Jacob just dropped his shoulder. It's going to hurt. He'll run you over.
Now Jackson Ostick will get a snap or two at quarterback. He'll hand it off. And this time on the carry, it's Tyrone Shanks, tackled for a loss of 1. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving their clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, you'll go far. At last check, it was Gehring down big on the road tonight at Hastings, 45-0. That game was either late third, early fourth. Snap to Ostick. He'll keep it himself, and Jackson Ostick picks up maybe one. We're down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Here in the ball game tonight. You know that sound well. Door shuts behind us. That means it's all wrapped up here in the press box, Coach.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling when you can shut her down, get to go down on the sideline, be with the kids at the end of the game.
I told Mike Holly earlier this year, I said, it's going to be a little quieter for us with Coach Mangini not next door.
Oh, he gets a little wound up now and then.
Fourth down. Play upcoming for the Cats, 4th and 4. They will take the clock all the way down, and we'll take our final timeout here in regulation. 1:50 to play. Scottsbluff leading Sterling 36-7 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Monument.
Whether you're watching the game at home with 9 friends or at the stadium with 90,000, we're cheering right alongside you.
Here at Allo, we believe the best fans deserve the best service.
And we believe this is the year.
This is the year. This is the year. And now is
the time.
So never miss a play and experience game day with service provided by Nebraskans for Nebraskans. Switch today and upgrade your football season with fiber internet, TV, and phone from Allo.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
Scottsbluff punt.
Whether you're watching the game at home with
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us.
Whether you're watching the game at home with 9 friends.
1st and 10 from their own 11.
Yeah, he reached down to field it for a second, and then all of a sudden decided that was not a good idea on his part.
A little bit of mass chaos is the look on the home sideline right now as the coaching staff tries to juggle what reserves they want to get into the game at what positions. Shawa fires over the middle, and they'll say that pass is incomplete. Jackson Ostick coming up to defend against Jackson McCracken. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now. 1:37 to play in our ball game tonight. Shawa comes to the line of scrimmage right behind his center. Now he backs up into the gun. Waits on the snap, little bit high. Straight drop, he's flushed by Shanks. Pressure comes, Shawa in his own end zone. Now out to the 5. Comes back, throwing across his body. And the pass is incomplete. Showed off another strong arm on that attempt to McCracken. Incomplete at around the 46-yard line.
2 guys had a shot at a safety right there.
Oh, and for some of these younger kids to pull that off, that would have been epic for them.
That is a bulletin board above the bed banner right there.
1:26 to play. 3rd down and 10. Scottsbluff set to move to 4-0 on the year. Shawa, quick slant route. Pass is caught by Tucker Myers. And good job holding on defensively to make the tackle. Jackson Ostick, the safety. We talked about Shawa being a good football player. That big receiver there is pretty good too.
He's not bad. Again, comes back to good athletes. We need to.
High snap, and he just flipped it over the middle to Dylan Zwern, a little bit too high and incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10 now. Check that 2nd and 10 for the Sterling High Tigers out of Colorado. They'll drop to 3-1, then get back to their Colorado slate starting next week. Probably helps Coach Hall being a Colorado guy. He's probably got some contacts to reach into the book and get some scouting tips and reports for a game like this. Jumping off sides now is Christian Arnold, a 5'10 sophomore at 160 pounds.
Yeah, Coach Hall knows a lot of guys still back in Colorado, has a lot of contacts. He came from a good football school, and, you come from Ray, Colorado, in that area, there's some good ball players down there.
68 seconds left is all we've got to manage the rest of the way tonight. Shaw in the shotgun. Rose sets up shop to help protect the passer. They will fire it deep. Pass is caught by Jackson McCracken behind the secondary. McCracken at the 10-5, and that'll be a 73-yard scoring strike with 57 seconds left to play in the ball game. Shawa to McCracken. Covers 73 yards. (36-13) our score right now. And the PAT attempt for Sterling. Bobbled snap, kick is low and no good. Keep it right here. Scottsbluff with 57 seconds left will receive the football. Take a knee or two and get out of Dodge tonight with a 36-13 win. You would assume that will be our final. And another thing that's been great tonight is we avoided the severe weather.
Yes, we did. And knock on wood, it doesn't happen again the rest of the year either.
Man, it's amazing. We get that hail that couple of times there in a 2 or 3 day span, and we're just gun shy every day moving forward, aren't we?
Yes, and it got a little warm. It was kind of humid today, and I'm thinking, oh man, this could be bad.
Even at halftime, the lightning started to circle a little bit, and I kept looking at Mr. Hawksworth, and he was on his phone, and luckily we were able to skate on by with no delays here tonight because we had the long delay at halftime on week 1. 57 seconds to play in the game. Little pooch kick. Going to bounce it around the 23. It'll stay in bounds, and Galindo will fall on it. And he is down right there. Scottsbluff will send some more reserves on. Tyler Smith. It looks like the offensive line coming back on, so this will be the starters out for the victory formation right now. Harsh even comes on at quarterback. So all in all, some thoughts on what you saw tonight, Todd?
Good first half. Solid first half. Third quarter, a little suspect. The 2 turnovers, huge game changers. And, other games we can't have back-to-back turnovers. That puts too much pressure on the defense.
Harsh will take one knee. I do not see Sterling signaling for a timeout. We do have 2 left. No need to call them. 42 seconds to go. 36-13. It looks like that'll be our final score here tonight. Under a minute, or under 30 seconds to play, half a minute on the clock. One more kneel down from Sebastian Harsh, and that should do it. Players on the field start to shake hands right now. Joe McLeod makes a beeline to a player from Sterling. Tapped him on the backside, so you'll love to see that. when things are all finishing up here tonight at Bearcat Stadium. Horn sounds, and it is official. Scottsbluff now at 4-0 on the year. They get a 36-13 home win tonight over the Sterling Tigers. Sterling drops to 3-1. We'll get to the Runs of Postgame show coming up in just a moment. Look forward to a postgame visit from either Coach Hall or Coach McLean during the Runs of Postgame show. We'll tackle stats, and we'll give you a scoring recap as well. Your final tonight from Bearcat Stadium. Bearcats win it by the final over Sterling of 36-13 here on the West Coast scoreboard.
We're here with... Whether you're watching the game at home with 9 friends or at the stadium with 90,000, we're cheering right alongside you.
Here at Allo, we believe the best fans deserve the best service.
And we believe this is the year.
This is the year. This is the year. And now.
And now is the time.
So never miss a play and experience game day with service provided by Nebraskans for Nebraskans. Switch today and upgrade your football season with fiber internet, TV, and phone from Allo.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's because it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
With warmer weather comes warmer vehicles. Let the professionals at High Tech Automotive help you with your automotive checking, maintenance, and repair so the heat doesn't beat your vehicle. Take your vehicle to High Tech Auto Service between Baumgart's and Frank Parts, 632-2731. With warmer weather comes warmer vehicles. Let the professionals at High Tech Automotive help you with your automotive checking, maintenance, and repair so the heat doesn't beat your vehicle. Take your vehicle to High Tech Auto Service between Baumgart's and Frank Parts, 632-2731.
On average, a resident of Scottsbluff uses up to 100 gallons of water a day to live, and in July, that number triples, greatly due to landscape watering. To help conserve water, use sustainable landscaping, native plants and grasses that are already adapted to the region's ecosystem and climate. They use less water, fewer chemicals, and less maintenance, which means more time to enjoy a beautiful landscape. So do your part by using sustainable landscaping in your yard, because it's our water, our responsibility.
Mangini, former longtime assistant coach here with this great Scottsbluff High football program. Glad to have you along for the Runs of Postgame show. Final score, Scottsbluff a winner tonight over the visitors from the state of Colorado, Sterling. The score 36-13. Let's right now give you the scoring recap. I'll handle that. 36-13 the final. Scottsbluff got on the board first with 8:13 to play in the opening quarter. A Jacob Krull 7-yard TD run. Caleb Walker converted on the kick for the PAT. 7-0, a 52-yard drive. They get the football back late in the opening quarter, and Harsh hits Trevor Schwartz for a 34-yard touchdown pass. First career touchdown for Schwartz. He had another nice catch on a deflected pass later in the first half. That play capped a 93-yard drive and made it 14-0 after the PAT from Walker again. And then they got it back quickly, and with the final play of the first quarter, Harsh caps off a quick drive that covered 23 yards on the ground. A scoring run for Harsh, 37-yard drive, 21-0 at the end of one. And really at that point it looked like it might be Katie bar the door and it was going to get ugly. It didn't wind up being the case, but Scottsbluff did punch one more in that first half with 6:24 to play in the second quarter. Harsh for a second time with a touchdown run. This one a short jaunt of just 1 yard. Kick good from Walker, 4 for 4 at that point on the PATs, and it was 28-0. No scoring in the third quarter, and that was highlighted by a pair of turnovers by Scottsbluff, a fumble from Krull and a fumble from Harsh. We move to the fourth. Harsh, a 61-yard touchdown run. Nice little cutback planted the foot, got back across the field, and after an offsides penalty on the kick, they sent the heavy unit on and a little play action, and they throw the 2-point conversion pass to Schwartz, and at that point 36-0. A couple of late touchdowns against some of the backups defensively for Sterling. Peyton Rose, a 30-yard touchdown catch from Brock Shala, and then Shala to McCracken, a 73-yard touchdown pass as they get 2 scores on the board late, and the final is 36-13. We'll have stats for you here in just a bit. Looks like we'll get a visit from one of the coaches here shortly as well. We'll step away, come back with more on the Runs of Postgame show shortly. 36-13 a win tonight for the Bearcats on the West Coast scoreboard.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Next Gen Outfitters, where the adventure begins and the tradition continues. When it comes to an online retailer, this is the new standard in authentic hunt, camp, and shoot. Born from over a century of outdoor experience, your online retailer, Next Gen Outfitters.
Chris Cottrell, Todd Mangini, back with you on the Runs of Postgame show. Coach Hall a little tied up. Coach Mangini, let's run through what you've got stats-wise tonight, some of the finals for Scottsbluff. Check on numbers, of course, brought to you by Arby's. They are the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming.
Okay, looking at the rushing, led by Sebastian Harsh, 12 carries, 140 yards. Jacob Krull right behind him with 17 carries for 124 yards. Caleb Walker, 3 carries for 13 yards. And Josiah Diallos for 8 yards. First half, Sebastian had 150 yards. No yards in the second half. Still didn't have to throw the ball, so not much of a worry there. Receiving, Luke Rohr had 48 yards, and Trevor Schwartz had 48 yards. Caleb Walker with 14. Jack Darnell with 23, and then he didn't play the whole second half either. And then Jacob Krull with 21. So overall, you take a look at the stats. There's a lot of times that we could have maybe ran the ball a little bit more, but I like the passing. For 150 yards, that usually is rushing yards in the half. So to get 150 in the air makes other teams have to prepare a little more for a passing attack. So
looks like we've got Coach Hall right now here in the booth with us. So let's go ahead and tackle some post-game coach's comments with the head man for the Bearcats. And Coach, I know last week on the road, I thought it was a great performance, and the first thing you wanted to talk about was some of the mistakes you made against Hastings. So let's start with the second half. You had 2 drives, a pair of fumbles, and I know that's something that's going to grate on you throughout the weekend.
Yeah, disappointed that we didn't win the second half. Talk to the kids that you got to be able to control the second half. If you have a good lead, you got to be able to grind out time, grind out yards, and then score to put the game out of reach. And we weren't able to do that there in the third quarter, so that's a little, frustrating, disappointing there. And then when we started rotating guys in, another frustrating thing is those guys aren't necessarily ready when their name's called. I know that their varsity team's still out there, but, those kids, they practice all week. They should be prepared for the game plan. And when your number gets called on Friday night, you should be able to go out there and perform. That's what we practice hard for. That's why those guys bust their tails in scout team. And to get on the field, when you're out there, you got to be able to find a way to make a play. So with that being said, though, I'm still pleased with the win because that's a quality team that we found a way to beat.
Jacob Krull's a tremendous football player, no doubt about that. On the fumble with Krull, was that more of an exchange thing, or was that on Jacob? Because if it is, that would have been his third lost fumble this year.
He said it was on him. So I mean, he's not a kid that's going to make excuses, so I'm going to take Jacob's word for it. He apologized, said that was on him. So, it's just something we got to continue to get better at and continue to talk about, and hopefully that kind of practicing it'll shore that thing up.
Coach Mangini thought Sebastian just got to get that thing tucked away high and tight a little bit better running down the field. He'd already picked up enough for the first down.
Yep, that's been a coaching point with that young man for the last 3 years. So that's something that we still need to continue to drive home. It was I don't remember what game that was last year. I think it happened right in the Gearing game last year, actually. Had a nice run, left the ball, or got loose with the ball, and caused a fumble last year, too. So that's definitely something that we need to continue to coach and preach to him. But, it's something that we're gonna continue to work on.
Hey, let's get to the positives. 4 games, 4 wins, 4-0. You come out, you score on every drive in the first half outside of the 2-minute drill late. I know that's something you'd probably like to find some points on at some point. But overall, in that first half, it looked like vintage Scottsbluff. And I guess maybe not, because you threw the ball a lot more than maybe what folks were expecting early on. Was that part of the game plan, or was that with the win that you decided to do that early?
I think we have to continue to develop a passing game. I think if we want to accomplish the goals that our players have set in front of them, I think we have to be able to throw the football, because we're going to run into a team that's going to be able to stop the run. Whether they have a great scheme, they're better than us, whatever the case may be, we've got to be able to keep people on their toes. And I think it's something, a couple of schemes or plays that we put in this week that we were able to execute, and it's good to see that. So something we'll just keep continuing to fine-tune, and when we need it, hopefully we'll be able to pull it out of our back pocket.
Through to a lot of different guys tonight. Want to talk about Trevor Schwartz. I know you and the staff were raving about this guy during fall camp. Comes up with his first career touchdown, made a great adjustment on a deflected pass, got his body turned around, and then on another catch, and then secured the 2-point conversion pass. How good can this kid be as he moves along in his career?
He's going to be a good player for us. I think he gets better every week, so that's good to see. There's nothing like game experience. When you're on the field on Friday night and you have to play at that speed, you're going to get better. There's no doubt about it. So you can practice all you want, but the experience you get on Friday night, going full speed against an opponent, there's nothing like that. So I think Trevor's going to continue to get better, and we're glad he's turning into the player he is.
Jack Darnell's been phenomenal for you this year in every facet of the football game on this team. Looked like a bit of an ankle injury, and you were up big at the time. So what's the severity of it? What can you tell us about it? How's he feeling?
Not really sure. He said he felt better walking on it after halftime. I think a lot of it was precautionary in this situation. Jack's going to be, if we're going to accomplish the goals that our players have, Jack's going to be a big piece of that. So, I think a little bit of precautionary. He said he was good to go, but, as a coaching staff, sometimes you have to tell kids when they need to sit out. And our advice from our athletic trainer tonight was to sit him out, and that's what we did.
Gearing got handled fairly easily on the road at Hastings tonight by a good Tigers team back east. How do you handle we'll call it rivalry game, even though these teams have been on the opposite ends of the spectrum here for a few years? But when you roll the ball out on a Friday night, anything can happen. How do you handle things this week at practice?
We got to prepare. Simple as that. We have to prepare to take care of business. I can't remember if I said it last week or it was in the newspaper, but when you get to district opponents, everything's familiar. You're familiar with the kids, you're familiar with the schemes, and when you are familiar, you know what to expect. So you have to prepare because everybody knows everybody. So you have to have a great week of preparation to go into the game, and then once again, we can't turn the ball over and give a team second opportunities.
A guy you know well, Mike Holly, was not with me tonight. Another guy you know well, Todd Mangini, here in the booth with me. We had a great time. Coach Mangini, what do you have for Coach here tonight? Some thoughts from you.
Well, your first half throwing the ball for 150 yards, I can't remember us doing that for a while. What do you see coming as far as, trying to mix the pass and the run? What's going to be the biggest thing for you to try to accomplish within the next 3 weeks?
I think overall we have to make our play action passing game a little bit better. I think our hats are still too high. We're not doing a good job of selling the run on our play action stuff. We're pretty. Tonight we were pretty efficient in our spread passing game. Our our play action stuff, that's something we still need to continue to improve, because being a heavy run offense, we have to get those safeties stepping down to get those extra bodies in the box. And as soon as they do that, now we can hit some of that play action stuff. So I think we got to continue to work on that, continue with our offensive line preaching about low hats when they come out, and hopefully we'll be able to shore up that play action pass stuff.
Well, it's sure fun to sit up here and watch you and get to talk with Chris. And, I could see you pacing a little bit and Coach Deaver pacing a little bit. Coach McClain jumping around. Nothing's really changed too much. And congratulations on going 4-0. That's awesome start to a head coaching career.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we have great kids that are willing to work hard, and kids that are willing to be coached. And when we have kids that are working hard and willing to take coaching, it's a good place to be.
Judd Hall and the Scottsbluff Bearcats off to a 4-0 start this year. Got Gehring on deck coming up a week from tonight. Coach, we avoided the severe weather tonight. That was outstanding. So we're sitting here at 8:30, and we're wrapped up on a Friday night. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back here next week and get at it again next week against the Bulldogs.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We'll come back with more right after this on the Runs of Postgame show on KNEB.
The great thing about your phone.
These aren't your average squirt some sauce on them and call them barbecue sandwiches. The bacon is hand sprinkled with brown sugar, and the sauce is made with Kentucky bourbon aged in charred oak barrels, and the meats are perfectly smoked.
Oh no! Arby's, we have the meats.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
We're back with you on the Runs of Post-Game show. Chris Cottrell and former Scottsbluff assistant coach Todd Mangini. And always great to hear from Coach Hall. And Coach Mangini's always pretty blunt about things. He'll tell it like it is. And that's about the most you can ask for as far as the head coach is concerned. So always quick to tell you how he saw things tonight. And I know he enjoyed seeing you up here tonight as well.
Oh, I enjoyed just teaching with Coach Hull, and, he's starting a career at Scottsbluff High School at a Class B school. He's put in his hours, he's put in his, all the work it takes. He'll do a great job here. And, he's the kind of guy, if he really wanted to put his mind to it, probably could go to the college level. He just has that knowledge of the game. He's got the attitude of the game. He'll do great things here at Scottsbluff High School.
Final score tonight, 36-13, as Scottsbluff wins it big over Sterling. We'll take one more break, come back, and
known previously as Angela's Bridal and Boutique in downtown Scottsbluff, now tuxedos and men's formal wear by Angela's. Brought to you by Weborg 21 Center. We are excited to offer you more one-on-one customer service. Whether you need a tux for the wedding, a suit for the office, or you're just ready to step up your everyday fashion. And don't forget our second location. Angela's Boutique is now located at Bianco & Company in downtown Scottsbluff, still empowering women to look and feel their most confident. The same great boutique, now just down the street.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Trucks and SUVs at www.massenchev.com. Chris Cottrell and Todd Mangini back with you tonight on the Runs of Postgame shows. We get set to wrap things up here at Bearcat Stadium. Scottsbluff wins it 36-13. The final score tonight over Sterling, Colorado. Let's get to our Taco John's player of the game. Make Taco John's a game day tradition at Scottsbluff or Gehring's restaurants. Make it a game day tradition. How about a breakfast burrito tomorrow morning? Already sounded good. Unwrap the original before or after every game. Coach, we could give it to Sebastian or a player like Jacob Krull each and every Friday night. We talked about Luke Roy, stuck his nose in there, had some good plays defensively tonight, seemed to be in the right spot. But the sophomore Trevor Schwartz really stepped his game up tonight, scored his first varsity touchdown in his career, had a nice adjustment on a deflected pass that moved the chains for a first down and was on the receiving end of a 2-point conversion pass. You heard the kudos that Coach Hall had for him, talking about the type of player he can become here at Scottsbluff High, and we're going to go with Trevor Schwartz as our Taco John's player of the game tonight. You've seen him coming up through the ranks. What do you think about him?
Oh, he's just a solid athlete, great ball skills, great intuition. He's the kind of guy that, on that tip pass, most guys drop it. He just steals it out of the air, and then you turn around and go, okay, how do you coach that? Well, it's not coachable. That's just great ball skills, great intuition, and tonight being the first night he scored both a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, he definitely deserves to be the winner of that award.
One more thing we need to mention, you just never know who comes out of a ball game like this with bumps and bruises, and Monument Physical Therapy, they can sure keep you in the game. Monument Physical Therapy and Gehring and Morrill offers the Bumps and Bruises program. That's one free consultation and one free follow-up for all area athletes. Monument Physical Therapy and Gehring and Morrill. Well, Todd, this has been great. Mike out of town, sure appreciate you saying yes to hopping up in the booth with me tonight. Had a great time with you. Appreciate the insights. And, for a guy that's been around the program as long as you have been and knows the kids as well as you've known them over the years, it made things pretty easy tonight for a smooth transition for the old pinch hitter.
Well, thank you again for asking me. When you approached me earlier last year, I was like, yeah, that'd be fun to do. And I really enjoy talking football, of course, and getting the opportunity to hang out with you and watch a good football game for us. So it's just, I think the Bearcat football program is in good hands, and I think it'll continue to grow. You saw some of these younger kids get in the game. You have a good base every year, and it just keeps building and building. So thank you again for inviting me, and appreciate the time.
If it comes up again, I'll be sure to look you up.
Yeah, Beans, there's no road trips to Hastings or Grand Island. Those are already gone. So, yeah, I'm good for that now.
All right, sounds good. Excellent work tonight from Coach Mangini. Big thanks to Ani back at the K2B Studios. And, of course, TV-wise, helping get everything set up tonight with Mr. TJ Albright and Jonas running the controls with our TV crew and camera operators tonight, doing a great job as well on the TV side. Big thanks to everybody involved with the operation. And the final score, 36-13. Scottsbluff improves their record to 4-0. That'll do it from Bearcat Stadium. Enjoy your weekend. So long and good night.